What's up? What's going on, folks? I am Lee Black, the host of Real Talk for Real Men. Welcome to a live edition on this Saturday evening, and we are definitely within the throes of summer heat here in the A. I got to tell you, we're in the freaking dog days of summer. It's 90 something degrees. But having said that, I'm in a pretty good mood. Got my drink on. I've had me a little outside time. And so life is beautiful, folks. So if this is your first time joining, check us out. Keep popping in, subscribing to the channel. And before we kind of get further into the introductions, let me bring in my co-host. This is Tasha, all the way in Memphis. What's up, McMac?
Not much. What's up? What's going on?
My energy level is up. I've had me a good day's rest. I took an additional nap, so I'm feeling pretty good. How about you?
I'm tired. I need to take a nap. I am not as energized as you are,
Well,
so at least one of us is. So
there you go. There you go. Well, hopefully, as the show carries on, the topics will bring some energy. And I'm
mhm.
already in a great mood because I see my brother behind the scenes and my sisters popping in as well. So, this is my brother from another brother, Kendrick's Mr. Kenny Sports Hustle. What's going on, partner?
What's happening, beautiful black people? Let's get this party started. Come
Yes,
on now,
sir. Yes,
Tasha.
sir.
Come on,
How you
Tasha. We
doing?
got to bring that energy
Yeah,
up.
that's
Come
what I
on.
did. I tell you, we gonna come with it today. We gonna
Yeah,
come with it today.
yeah.
I even got sis in New York in the house. What's going on, baby sis?
What's up, brother? Hi, Tasha and Kenny.
Hey,
What's going on,
Sherry.
Sarah?
What's up, love?
Yes, sir.
What's
So we
good?
already on the, and we got this one of our super fans, cousin Terrence in New York, tuning in. So yeah,
What
we're
up,
gonna have
Terrence?
some
Okay.
fun. We're gonna make it do what it do for show. Absolutely. So continue to subscribe to the channel. You can find me on YouTube and Facebook under Real Talk for Real Men. And of course, you can also look for me as one of the voices of the TFG family. And I principally pop in under TFG Ratchet because the shit I talk about is just whatever pops into my brain. So check me out on those platforms as well.
Right,
So,
right.
and don't forget, Mr. Kenny, promote yourself, brother Kenny. Where can they find
Hey,
you?
hey, make sure y'all check out TFG Sports Media on the same network, TFG Media, and you can check me out as well on Kendrick Sports Hustle. That's SPORTZHUSTLE, giving you the latest in sports information and entertainment.
That's the issue you're talking about. We even got grown folks in the house. Super fan, Miss Carol. Grown women, don't try me.
All this
Hello,
Already.
hello. How you
What
doing?
up, CC? What's good?
So I don't know if we're going to get our family. The postings, they like to make an entrance, so they might come in. I don't know if we'll see them, but we hope to see them. But what we're doing today, as normal, if you've been watching the show, on Saturdays we keep it light. So we're going to play a game, and I call this an urban trivia game, so to speak, because we're going to be playing a game today where we're going to be. This one's entitled "Am I the Asshole?" Hmm. Am I the asshole? And to set this up, these are going to be a series of short clips of real encounter stories, as Tasha explained it to me, taken from Reddit, where these individuals found themselves in various circumstances. And essentially, they're going to be laying out this story. And the question we're going to always ask, as we go through this is, am I an asshole? Because that person is really laying it out there like, is it just me? Or I guess however they reacted, or am I the asshole? So you know how we do it here on Real Talk. We're gonna go down some rabbit holes and debate it in only the way where we can. So we're gonna get off and running. We're gonna get this thing popping and we're gonna get in as many as we can. So of course I'm gonna be sharing my screen. Just remember, this is live. So there will be little hiccups here and there. So let's invite the first one and make it happen. So just remember, as you're listening to whatever this is, just keep in mind at the core of it, the question is always, am I an asshole?
Am I the asshole or not
Am
the
I
asshole?
am
Yes.
I
You don't have to
Right.
agree. Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
So when I start playing, somebody give me speak up or whatever, tell me if you can hit a volume. Because again, I've not seen any of these clips. I didn't watch them. So I'm gonna be listening to them live and in real time, just like you. Okay, so here we go. And McMac, tell me if the volume comes through.
Asking my wife for an open
Yeah.
marriage, and I regret it. I feel like a complete idiot here. My wife and I have been married for 19 years. We have one child. Our daughter moved out this summer after she enlisted in the armed forces. I love my wife, but I felt like the spark was gone from our lives. I don't want to divorce her, so I proposed an open marriage. She was upset initially, but eventually she agreed. Like I said in the title of my post, I made a mistake. I've learned that just because I wasn't as attracted to my wife as I was when we got married, it doesn't mean other men would feel the same. My wife has so many men and dates, she doesn't know what to do with them all. Meanwhile, it's the opposite for me. Not only that, but after my wife agreed to an open marriage, I asked a woman who was a colleague of mine out on a date. I was a manager at my job, but I wasn't her manager. We worked in completely different divisions, and our work had nothing to do with each other's jobs. But even though I wasn't her manager and I'm in an open marriage, she complained to her manager and showed HR my messages. I lost my job. I told my wife I want to close our marriage again because I was an idiot for suggesting it in the first place. She said no. She's happy with how things are. It's killing me when I know she is with other men. My brother called me a moron when I told him and said expecting my wife to look like she did when she got married made me a dunce. Even went so far as to say she takes great care of herself and is in great shape for 44. She just doesn't look 20. He had the nerve to say my wife looks better than me and I could stand to lose some weight. I love my wife and I don't want a divorce. I never wanted a divorce, which is why I proposed this in the first place. But she doesn't want to close the marriage. I'm not worried about money because we both work, but I do not want a divorce. I'm just glad my daughter enlisted in the RCAF and isn't here to see our marriage falling apart.
Wow, wow, wow. There's so much to unpack.
That's a lot.
From that. This was a 2-minute clip, 2-minute, 2-second clip. There's a lot to unpack there. I guess the first question is the most obvious one. Is he an asshole?
Hell yeah, he's an asshole. Hell yeah, he's an asshole. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. That's what the fuck you get. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
because you weren't excited or you felt like there was something missing, well, you went looking for what was missing and you found out the world isn't as forgiving for you as it is for her. So, and I think a lot of times in relationships, especially now, I think that's one of the things that makes it so difficult with dating because there's so many people out there. A lot of people think that they can do better. Go find better and see if it really is better.
No, I don't disagree with nothing you said on any level. Does anybody on the panel think that he was not an asshole?
No, he was an asshole. But he proposed it, and you can't be mad. And if I was her,
Right.
I would say, nope, this is what you proposed for first, so that's how I be going to deal with it.
Sure would.
Well, Carol says, yep. Terrence says, yes, he is an asshole. And then Carol says, 100% asshole. So my question, though, because there's a lot, though, to unpack there how did you get to a point that you felt like you wanted to do that? So I'm going to ask a question for the panel. Are there any circumstances that you can think of that it would be okay to be in an open marriage or open relationship? Would you be open to it under any circumstances? So even if it's not marriage, are there any circumstances you could be in an open relationship?
Not me. I can't do it because when your feelings and emotion get involved, and you're gonna want to backtrack. I always tell people, open marriages don't work.
Tasha, you said, I think I heard you, but I want you to repeat that.
I said I'm too jealous for that. Yeah, to do like an open marriage, no,
Right.
that's even an open relationship. Even
That's
if
where
it
I was
wasn't
going to go. That's where I was going to go. Because marriage is solidified, but I wanted to know, even if it was a relationship,
Nope, me too.
No, because if you feel like that you got to open it up because for whatever reason you've decided that I'm not enough for you, well, then you need to go on.
Carol says, not in my marriage. Brother, Kenny, we're men.
Nah, man, I'm very I'm like this. I think men are very territorial. We like the dogs that want to piss on the goddamn pole. And once we piss on that pole, that's our shit. And I know I'm like that. Once I'm into you, because it takes a lot for me to get into a woman. I'll be honest with you. Once I get to that point, I ain't trying to share that. So I'm not rocking that. Me personally.
Yeah.
You know, okay, I'm gonna read this comment because let me say, Carol says that's clear people shit. Ain't no sisters going along with that.
No, you know what? Grown women don't try with me. I disagree with that. I told that I would agree with that maybe 25 years ago.
That's where I was gonna go.
But now, no,
I was gonna
man.
go. I think antiquated thinking.
Go ahead, Black. Go ahead.
No. I didn't mean to cut you off. But I agree.
I know people. I know people that's down with that. Nope, that's not true.
Mm-hmm. That's not true.
Okay, so to Sherry's point, I don't think race has anything to do with it.
Nope.
Right.
I don't think race has anything.
I agree. I don't think it does either.
Now, we're talking 25, 30 years ago, I don't know. Maybe I could have said something like that. Here's my thing, to Sherry's point. I think it happens more often than people want to admit, but they don't call it that. I don't think people go into it saying I'm in an open relationship. Now, let me say for the record, if you're talking marriage, absolutely not, because of how I view the sacrament of marriage. If I'm taking the vows and standing before God and witnesses, no, you should have gotten all that out of your system. Kenny, I think at this stage I could be in an open relationship. With clear rules in place. Echo in my ear.
No, that's me. You good? That's me.
Oh,
my bad.
Okay.
I'm about to share this to some other platforms. So go ahead.
Okay. So ironically, I think that because of I'm being completely honest. This ain't even on no joking stuff. Me and Tasha talk about this. I've talked about it to my sister. At this stage of my life, I mean this with all sincerity. I don't know that I'm capable of providing everything that the woman needs on a consistent basis. With that said, I think I could be okay within rules. And because I don't really have a jealous nature, I'm more of a person, Tasha, that is, if I don't see it, it doesn't register with me. Long as it's not disrespectful. But if within rules, if I know that, okay, you're going to do some things or whatever, and don't bring me anything, especially if we're screwing unprotected, I think I could do it. I really and truly do. I think I could handle it emotionally. I'm evolved to a different place. And so lastly, before we move on to another one, unless anybody want to add more to it, I'm curious, this is more or less for my brother, but Tasha, this question may not rule you out either. Because as I'm thinking about it, for this husband to get to a point where obviously he didn't find her as attractive. He said he didn't realize other men felt the same way. So there were some things going on that led up to that. Have you ever been in a situation where you shared? And what led to it?
A feeling?
No, you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say? Have you ever been in a situation where you shared a man? So you and Sherry?
Knowingly share?
I was about to say, Tasha.
No, not knowingly share. No, like to be in a relationship with someone, knowing that they're with someone else.
Has a guy ever asked you
to share?
Yeah, like look, to bring another person into it, like a threesome. Even I'm even going so far as a threesome. Have you ever been even invited to a threesome, and if you have, what led to that?
Of course, you have been invited to a threesome. Yes. Oh, and yes, I even in like the situations that I've had with people wanting to do threesomes, yeah, that's a topic that always comes up. No, you can go and do whatever you want to over there. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. If you feel like you need another party in here, well then evidently my skills no longer match your requirements. So I should take my talents elsewhere.
So Kenny, before you answer, I cannot be the only person that have done shit like this, am I? On this panel.
Yeah, you probably the only motherfucker that done done shit like this.
I've never been asked about no threesome because I guess my personality, if they ever ask me about a threesome, I'm gonna tell them, yeah, let me bring them in. But I'm not gonna have a threesome, but that'd be a turn off for them anyway.
I done a threesome? Yes. I can only do it if it's not my relationship. If it's not me. If it's not my relationship, by all means, yay, party over here.
Okay.
Yeah, fine,
Okay.
no big deal. Not my relationship. No.
Okay. Okay. I just want to add, I'm gonna move on. For me, Tasha, it was not about that the person wasn't enough for me. It was about variety. It was about trying something new. And maybe I only look, hold on, you about to judge me and shit.
Take
right
your
off the bat.
Baskin Robbins if you want a fucking variety, okay?
I'm only getting at the fact that maybe initially that's what the husband was thinking, you know, for whatever reason, that maybe he wanted a little bit of variety, you know. And again, how much responsibility is it? And we'll have to go down this rabbit hole when over time you change. Again, she obviously is 44. She doesn't look 20. And again, whoever that was told him he gained weight. So does that matter if the person dramatically changes through the course of the relationship as far as looks, and it affects the physical attraction?
No, it's still my relation. If you're asking me personally,
yeah,
no, it's still my relationship. No, like I still choose to be with this person, even if they, even if they change. It really sounds like to me that the man overestimated how good looking that he thought he was.
Oh wow!
But Brother Black.
Oh, wow.
And I hear what Tasha's saying, but I think from the man perspective, I get what you're saying. I think it does change for us. I think it does change for our attraction to a woman, the woman that we
That's
first
where
met.
I was going with it. That's
yeah,
and you're right.
Right. And I know right, Tasha, you're right.
You're right.
But exactly, it is not fair. It's a double standard. I exactly know where you're going with it, and I think men we're more so visual,
very visual.
That it does affect how we view that woman. When
it's not
later
fair
on, and it's not fair in that relationship. Now, me personally, if my feelings, and if I'm loving you, yeah, I probably will feel some type of way if you physically change, but I'm still gonna be wanting to hit it. I mean, I'm just being honest about that. Now, trying to bring something different in the relationship, no, because I don't like that. I don't want to share. Yeah, I don't share a woman. So
I guess that's where sharing, for me, I'm honest with myself to know that I'm not attracted to a pregnant woman. So I've always felt that way. Yeah. When I watch a woman's body take on that shape, I just don't find it physically attractive and appeasing to look at. And whether it's fair or not, you know, if I
different
this
on
is
that.
not fair. This is not, and that's why I think I'm really in a minority. I hear all the time when people say they find pregnant women attractive, beaming, or whatever they're looking at, and I never have. I completely lose all physical interest when I look at a pregnant woman. I can't get past the stomach and all the other stuff, the big bloated titties and all that kind of stuff.
I get past all that. I don't know shit.
I can't.
I'm like Christopher Columbus. I'm finding some new land in that motherfucker.
I don't. And just the thought of the mechanically fucking with her, and she can't do those things, and you gotta be maneuvering through all the shit that's going on with her. It's just too much. It's just way too much.
It ain't too much for me.
For you, I'm laughing because in this sense, because how that really wouldn't affect you though, because if she's pregnant, from what you've said, like on the show anyway, you don't really care to look at the face in the front of them anyway, so you would have her turned around and then
right, Tasha, right,
Tasha. Even if I ass is fat, so even with the ass being fat, now she's got a big bloated stomach, big heavy titties, and she can't be in certain positions and she can't maneuver. That's just too much. And even in the dark, when you rubbing on shit, I don't know if I'm fucking a woman or am I fucking, I don't know. It's just too much going on there.
Brother Black, I can honestly say I done had 3 babies, so I can talk about this. When my wife, peace be upon her, when she was pregnant, I don't know. It was something about her being pregnant, that glow, that whatever. It just was. I was more attracted.
I've heard that. I'm gonna move on to the next story because I hear you, but that glow would have to blind me. That glow would need to be God's burning bush blinding me, I guess.
Like, you make this hard for us to try to help them even find a situation. You make comments like this, you just make it hard for us to find you somebody, okay? Because then we got to show them this, and it's like, well, he didn't really mean it that way. So
I'm gonna move on because I'm getting myself in trouble, but
you are getting yourself in trouble, brother.
I can't deal, y'all. All right, here's another one. Am I the asshole? Here we go.
Telling my boyfriend that I don't want his daughters in my apartment. I'm in a dilemma here because I know that people would think I'm callous, but I don't think that I am. Give me your honest opinion. I, female 38, met my boyfriend, male 36, 34 years ago, and we hit it off immediately. I told him very early on that I'm child free because I know this is a turnoff for many men and I don't want to lead anybody on. After a month, he told me that he had 2 children, 11 and 12, in parentheses now. I freaked out because I didn't know what to do. I liked him very much, but I didn't want to be a parental figure. He said I didn't have to. He has shared custody with his ex, and me and him would meet the weeks he doesn't have custody. Now he basically lives in my place the weeks his daughters are with their mother. We decided that this arrangement worked for us, and to break up the moment it didn't work anymore. I could see myself with him forever. I love him to bits. I love our life together. I love missing him when he's with his family. He proposed to me a month ago, and I didn't know what he meant, but he said that we didn't need to get married, and he just wanted me to have a ring. I thought it was romantic. Anyway, a week later, he took his girls to my place for a weekend. His ex was sick and he didn't want the girls to get infected. I asked him if he maybe wanted to be with his daughters instead, but he said that he would miss me since it's our week, in air quotes. I said, okay. I've met his girls on many occasions and they're lovely, so I had no problems more than I felt a bit awkward. Last week I got home and he had dropped his girls in my apartment. They were in my closet trying on my heels and clothes. I was freaking out, so I called him. He said, yeah, change of plans. He and his ex switched, so the girls are staying with us. When he got home, I told him I couldn't do this. If he was having problems with our arrangement, then I understand, but I still don't want children in my place. He called me an asshole because his girls have done nothing and are polite, etc. He loved me and we are engaged. Did I expect us to have 2 separate lives when we've been together for 4 years and love each other? I'm tired of men thinking I don't really mean it when I say I don't want children. I love him and I do want to be with him, and I see our future when his girls are old and have left the home and we could live together and even get married. But I don't think I'm being an asshole. Yes, our way may be not traditional, but my love for him is not lesser for it.
Oh, this is a good one. And I see Tasha's face because I think this one hits home for she and I.
Mm-hmm.
And in so many ways. Okay. You know, Terrence is laughing. I'm know if he's listening to the last story or this one right here.
I think that's the last story.
The last story.
Yeah, I think it was.
You dug a deep hole. Miss Carol, that's what I got out of it. First, again, right off the bat, is she an asshole for feeling the way she feels?
She's a little bit of an asshole. A little bit of an asshole. She is.
Okay.
Now, I'll say this. You are 100% always entitled to feel however you want to feel. That's, like I would never take anyone's feel. No, you are 100% to feel that way. However, you knew that he had kids.
Mm-hmm.
And you knew that you wanted to spend the rest of your life with him. You knew you wanted to be serious with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you did tell him that that you didn't want kids or anything. But I mean, you weren't really opposed to him having children. So at some point your lives were going to cross. They were going to intersect at some point. I understand coming home and finding them little hoes in your closet. I said them little bitches. Because they ain't had no business going in nobody's closet. Sit your ass on the couch. Who told you to go in the room? But that's neither here nor there. But that's just because why are you in there? I get that feeling. But to kind of switch it, switch it up on him, to tell him like you can't do it, and you basically are you want him to wait until like the kids are grown and before you two can like live together and truly like intermesh your lives. Okay, but that's not really like realistic. Like a deeper conversation to me should have been had at some point before this. Like there should have been a trial at some point for them to have spent the night, like at the house or something. So she's a little bit of an asshole.
Okay. Terrence says she is an asshole. Here's where I'm gonna give you 1,000% credit, Tasha. You're consistent with the message you said last week.
Yeah.
On last week's show, where we debated about if somebody catches feelings, this, that, and the other, it's not on you whose responsibility, and you're consistent. And that if in this case she stayed in it, walked into it eyes open, it's unrealistic. And so I'm glad you acknowledge that. So you're consistent 100% with how you feel about that. But I'm gonna hold my point for last. Sherry, I don't know if you were off or on when you heard the story. Is she an asshole? But Terrence says, I agree with you, Tasha.
I didn't hear the whole story, but I heard the beginning of it where he had the two daughters. I think she an asshole because at the end of the day, even though she didn't know she didn't want no kid, or she didn't know he had kids at first, but they kids. I mean, some people don't like kids, but I mean, you can't just be breaking it off and shit. If you feeling a person, if you feeling them, you should love their kids. Then if that's the case, because for me, if you don't love my daughter, then you don't love me either.
I'm so glad she said that. I'm so glad she said that.
I can say something about that.
No, this is open, and we ain't got to take no turns.
I heard you talk.
But I'm so glad she said that because so many people feel that way, that it's a package deal.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tasha.
I don't think it's a package deal. I could, I can understand those are your children, and I can respect that boundary that those are your children. I don't have to fucking love your kids. I don't even have to fucking like your kids. Honestly, I don't have to, because those are your kids. So, and they're supposed to be important to you. They're supposed to be number one to you, not to me. So I love them just as an extension
of you. At Kenny's face. Kenny, jump in here, man.
No, but I'm just saying, if a man, if he loves me and he don't love my daughter, then ain't no love for me. But I understand a lot of people, they don't like kids, or they feel, I'm not saying right away you gotta love my daughter, like, really love her, but for me, if you can't tolerate my daughter being, it's a no-go for me.
Okay. Kenny, where you stand on this? I love this scenario.
I love it too, because this is more of the norm when you talk about this.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot
This
of
is
times
real.
this
This is
is
real.
real. Men or women, they're gonna have a lot of times they're gonna have children when they make that move to another relationship.
Mhm.
And I can honestly, I'm just speaking from my own how I
Right.
feel. Like I'm like, if you can't kick like dig my kids, I'm not effing with you. That's just that's just me. Because at the end of the day, when the sun goes down and the lights go off, and all that, you probably not gonna be here, but I damn sure know my kids will. So my
Respect.
thing is that's just the way it goes. Now, from a man, for me being a man, a lot of times women they come with kids. I'm gonna accept that. I get that. So if I'm gonna be willing to take it to the next step with a woman, I gotta understand that I have to accept her kids. So I'm cool with rocking like that. But
Okay.
but I don't disrespect nobody that don't want to rock like that either. I get it.
So in this instance, is she an asshole?
Yeah, she an asshole in this instance. Yeah. Fuck her and the train that she rode on
That's what I'm
in.
saying. I just want to make sure that Tasha's giving her. Jerry said
She's
an
a fucking asshole. Yeah, she is an asshole in this situation.
What's up, Craig?
Yeah.
What's up, Craig? Craig, I love your
What
question.
up, Craig?
Craig, I love your question. Craig says, so what happens when those kids don't love that man? Is that part of the package? And so, Craig, to your point, I'm going to be consistent here. She is not an asshole in my book. Tasha, not even a little. Not even a little. For me, and I'm being so serious, I don't like children. That is a deal breaker for me. Not to see the woman, but in my house, in my space. I have evolved, and it put a lot of work to get to this place in my life where I don't want to see your fucking kids. And what you said, Tasha, that has nothing to do with me. I'll be respectful, and they should be your priority. So I'm even okay if, hey, I can't make it tonight because my kids need X, Y, and Z. Now, that keeps happening too often, then we're going to end anyway, because I have to, because what place am I going to be in there? But I respect the fact that, especially in this instance, if they're young, and they need something. I'm not so vain, and disrespectful that your kids are sick and I want you to see and go with me that you think, no, I would be, if anything, if you chose me over them, I would cut your ass off anyway, because you should. That should be responsibility. And I would be upset even if you got your ass hanging out over here with me and your kids, it's all Molly and at home and the house ain't clean and they all fucked up. Handle your business, but that's the key phrase. It's your business. And in this instance, if I told you up front, I am kidless, I'm not looking to be a parental figure, that's the part I keyed in on. But now I know what you're saying, Tasha. She still got in it, and over time, but this is where I'm going to be consistent. I don't feel like it's her responsibility that if she laid out all of the things, and again, he fell deeper, because I feel like he started to change the rules that as they felt deeper into it, and that he's now starting to take advantage of the fact that he knows she loves him. He did the whole, I'm going to give you a ring thing and throw in there that we engaged. And even I don't like the fact that without any notice, me and the mother, we switched. How the fuck is that my problem? And that all of a sudden you got these little bitches over here fucking around in my clothes and stuff. And so my thing is, that's where I only fault her for even letting them little bitches be in there in the first place. And that's why I'm not going to break that rule. Don't have your Molly ass kids in here anyway. There's nothing in here for them to play with, touch on. So there's no reason for it. If you want to bring them little fuckers by here for me to meet them, okay. You can't stay. Not for dinner, not overnight. No. No, because we're not even gonna set that in motion where you think it's okay. When you over here to have fun and fuck, and us to grow in our relationship.
That's why I said she's a little bit of an asshole, because okay, he told you a month after y'all started dating, plenty of time. You could have walked away at any time.
Right.
I'm sorry, and I'm gonna
You're
say
consistent. You're right. I give you credit, Tasha. You're consistent.
This is gonna be unpopular, but I'm going to say it. Children are a hindrance. They're a hindrance. They're not. They're cock blockers. That's what the fuck they are. They're little bitty cock blockers. Okay? Cock blockers.
Wow.
So
That's
you
my
have to know
dog. That's my dog.
at some point, if you're in a relationship with someone that has them, you're gonna get cock blocked because their needs are going to exceed or overtake yours at some point. So so you have to, just kind of be prepared that at any moment, especially like in a shared custody thing, it can change. It's going to inconvenience you, especially if you're that deep with their
Go ahead, Kenny.
And I get what Tasha's saying, but that comes from someone. If you don't have children and they do, that's how you're gonna think of it, as a cock blocker. If both people have children,
fair point.
They're not gonna look at that the way.
Fair point.
But I get what Tasha's saying is. No. I get what Tasha's saying, because I really am trying to look at it. It's fair that if that one person doesn't have children, and the other person does, that person that doesn't have children, they're gonna look at it like, yo, these damn kids, they fucking around, they fucking up my
That's
my
why
shit.
Kenny.
And I get that, but from a person that has children, but we don't look at it like that though.
But that's why, Kenny, I said if it starts happening too often, I'm okay going into, especially considering that age. Now, if we're talking grown children, that's all bets are off. Now, Cherry, you said somebody will love your daughter. I don't have to love your fucking daughter.
Yeah, that's why
I don't even have to like your fucking daughter.
Yeah. Because no woman has to. They don't have to love my children. I get it. They don't have to love and they grown.
To Craig's point, that kid may say, "Ooh, mommy, I don't like him. Do you like me? Am I giving you the D in the right way? Because I don't fuck what she's talking about. No. So
and my brother own words, he's an opinionated asshole.
Yes, I
am.
Don't
like kids, and if you don't like my daughter, then fuck you too.
I have a question though for Kenny. For on the other side of that, like if you're dating someone who doesn't have kids, and they may view it the way as you as the parent, what do you see it just like? Oh, that's just that's just what happens. That's just my life. Well, how do you view it?
Wait, Kenny, and if my daughter don't like them, then fuck you too again.
Okay. So
ask that question again, Tasha. Ask that question again.
How when I said that, you said you understand like where I'm coming from, as someone who doesn't have kids, but on the other side, let's just say you're the parent in the scenario, you're the one with the kids and everything. You don't see them as a hindrance or a little cock block. What do you see him as? A fucking blessing? Not in that sense. If it's gonna fuck you against the pussy, is it a blessing? What do you call it?
And I'm gonna say this: they are my blessing, because they came out of my nutsack, so they gonna always be my blessing. So there ain't nobody gonna ever change that. You feel me?
I love it.
So in that moment, you don't consider them like a little cock block. What do you consider them?
Well, probably.
I'm just
well, in that moment, Tasha, I would have to consider him a little bit of a cock block in that sense.
You missed a good one.
I was just wondering if there was
you missed a good one, grown woman. She said, "Sorry, I missed some of this. I had to take an important call." You missed a good one on that one.
That was a good one.
That was a superb one right there. But look, I respect everybody's opinion, but that's why even going into it, getting serious with somebody for me who has small children is a deal breaker for me at this point for that reason.
Same.
It really
I get it.
It really is. Because again, I don't expect to come first. Because that's the realization. So to Tasha's point, it's not realistic. It wasn't realistic of her to think that an 11-year-old, and what the other was 12?
12, yeah, 11 and 12.
11 and 12-year-old, that somewhere in there that wasn't going to intersect in your relationship. And I don't care how great it's working at some point, the deeper you fall. I'm not mad with the man for doing his responsibilities. I would even be angry if he didn't put his children first. So it's a little unrealistic of her to think that at some point. Now, having said that, I don't think she's an asshole with the expectation that they in her closet trying on her shoes or clothes or whatever the fuck they was doing.
Not for that.
Yeah.
Not for that. No, not the assholes. They're the assholes in that moment. They're
Tasha and Freddie, y'all both assholes with long hair. y'all opinionated assholes.
And you know what's funny? This is a great question because I'm kind of. I ain't gonna say I'm kind of. There's a situation that I've been digging in that I'm kind of dealing with this on my own.
Wow.
Real talk.
Wow.
What, the little boy throwing shit at you when she not looking, or kicking you in your shin or something? Was she out the room?
No, Tasha. No, Tasha. But it's a certain individual. She may watch this show.
Damn.
She has a small child, but I get it because I've been there, done that. So
gotcha.
I can relate. So it is what it is.
That one, Tasha, was out of this world.
That's what I said. My TikTok was on fire. That's why I was like, we gotta do this because this is so many good ones.
Man. Okay, we're moving on to the next one. And we do have the posters joining us. They just haven't made it to camera yet.
They're in black right now.
I'm assuming
we see you be wet in Honda.
Yeah, we know y'all here. So let's get into this next story. Again, I haven't seen any of these, so I'm sitting for the first time with you guys as well. Here we go. Am I an asshole? Here we go.
Am I the asshole for choosing my girlfriend over my ex-wife and my son? I, 55 male, and my girlfriend of 3 years is 40 female. My ex-wife and I divorced 4.5 years ago, and she hasn't quite got over it. She divorced me for her coworker. She was abusive, and we fought all the time. Anyway, when the relationship failed, she started being nice to me. I have a 15-year-old son named Sean. We have a great relationship. His mother and I are starting to co-parent better. Here's the issue. His mother can't stand the fact that I'm in a relationship and she's no longer seeing her coworker. She can't seem to keep a boyfriend right now. She's quite difficult to be with. She hates my girlfriend, and therefore Sean and my girlfriend do not have a relationship, as Sean does whatever his mother says. I've tried talking with Sean. He somewhat is like his mother. My girlfriend will not force a relationship. She says if someone doesn't want to be a part of her life, then she doesn't need them. I have to agree, as my son and my ex-wife have been unfair to her. Now this past week, I've been out of town for work. I already informed my ex and my son that I wouldn't be around. My girlfriend decided to take some time this week to do things she wanted to do around the house, some repairs and decorating. My ex called me to tell me that she met someone and wanted to know if Sean can stay at my house while she spends the weekend with this guy. I told her that Sean is perfectly capable of staying home at their house by himself. She said that she doesn't want him alone and that he is scared in case something happens. She insisted that she will drop him off at my house. I told her that my girlfriend is not going to watch him, and she's not obligated to watch someone who's treated her like shit for the entire time we've been together, and that Sean can stay home at his house. My girlfriend has tried in the past to have a relationship with them both, and they have both refused, so that ship has sailed unless my girlfriend really wants to, which at this point, I just say no because we all know that they're just using her, and I'm not allowing that. My ex-wife says that I'm choosing my girlfriend over my son, which I don't feel that I am. I feel that I'm choosing to teach my son that listening to his mother and acting like her will cause him to face consequences down the road. I even talked to my girlfriend, and she says that she doesn't feel comfortable being at home with a 15-year-old that practically hated her, and it just be the two of them, knowing how he and his mother can be. She said if things were different and they had a great relationship, she wouldn't mind, but not this way. I support her, and I don't want her to feel uncomfortable either. My son comes over every other weekend, and this isn't even our weekend either, so you all tell me. am I the asshole for choosing my girlfriend over my ex-wife and son?
Ooh,
Am I the asshole for choosing my?
I love this one. I love this one as well. I love this one as well. And Sherry, in the face of what you just said, that if your daughter doesn't approve of the relationship, then fuck the guy too. So is this guy an asshole in this instance for choosing his girlfriend over his son and his ex?
Yeah, you asshole. That motherfucker's asshole, and I beat him and his ex too. And you better treat my daughter right. You must be crazy.
So, woo, okay. Whoever want to go next, is he an asshole?
No, not even a little bit of an asshole. To me, it sounds like a setup, because why would you want, if you know your 15-year-old son, as the mom, if you know you don't like this bitch, your son don't like this bitch, but now because dad is out of town and mom done found some new dick that she want to lay up with, oh, now you love her, now you need her. To me, it sounds like a setup, because now it's just the two of them, and you could be setting her up just to get rid of him because because you don't like him. Now you don't want, you trying to get her out of the life. No, absolutely. He's not the asshole. No. The mom is an asshole for trying to pawn the son off like that. And the son is an asshole for being 15 and can't stay at the house by himself. Okay? You're 15. Nut the fuck up. Okay? You're fine. Throw a fucking party, trash the house, be 15 at the house.
Tell us how you really feel, Big Mac.
Or the mom can wait for the new dick on her weekend, like when it's actually her weekend with the son supposed to be with the dad. That's honestly like the easiest thing. Just wait. She must have been hot. She must have had some, she must have been hot in the car. She must really trying to get some dick. I don't know. But no, not the asshole.
Kenny, is the guy an asshole?
This is a perfect example.
Before you go,
okay.
Because I just want Terry to say he's 15 and can't stay home by himself.
Right.
Exactly.
We were staying at home by ourselves when we was goddamn 4 years old. Could barely goddamn piss in the goddamn toilet.
Feel me?
But anyway, that's back in the day. This is a perfect example of how much influence a mother has in a relationship with their children.
Whoa!
This is a perfect example. And the mother is a straight asshole in this situation, in my opinion, because she's influenced her 15-year-old son to already form opinions based on her feelings against his dad and this new woman. So the damn mama, she's a fucking asshole. And I was just talking about some situations earlier today at work with a coworker of mine, how much women have influence when you talk about situations, child support and all this, how they always have this influence. Once they plant that seed in their children's mind, in their head, no matter what the dad is doing, he could be doing everything fucking right. Once they plant that seed, that kid is going to always rock with their mom.
I'm so glad you said that, my brother. I frequently talked about the relationship between mothers and sons, which is a truly special bond, no different than fathers and daughters. Yeah, I've talked about this a lot. There's a very unique bond between a father and a daughter and a mother and a son. And not only is she an asshole, I think she's doing this young man a tremendous disservice.
She is.
Because she wields a great deal of power and is irresponsible. But even if you listen to his story, Tasha, I don't trust that bitch far as I can see her.
At all.
You didn't want him until somebody else wanted him. And you had the power to be a good parent even then. Y'all didn't work out. You still have shared responsibility. But you wanted me to believe that now that you found somebody, that you insisting that a 15-year-old boy, what fucking parenting skills have you? Bitch, you have primary custody. What the fuck you been doing then that does this motherfucker wear a helmet on his head? Now, if you're telling me that that this motherfucker rides a short bus, then we got a different scenario here. Unless you telling me that this motherfucker raising his hand, go to the bathroom, then let this little motherfucker stay at home. Because again, what have you done? And he even said that even though this kid has treated his girlfriend like shit, she still allows him to come to her house on a regular basis.
Right.
If that's not the epitome of love for him, because I give her credit. Sherry, to your point, your daughter don't like me, I'll cuss that little bitch out and tell her she can never set foot in my doorstep. Right now.
Is there a minimum age of the cursing that you would lay out to the child?
No.
Or would it be
Bernie Mac said you could pour Kool-Aid on their motherfucking eyes and punch them in his stomach. When they old enough to talk, if you don't like me, I don't like you, you little fucker. I don't give a fuck.
So that was going to be my other question. They have to say that they don't like you. You just not going to just unload like onto the child. Like
if I detect that little motherfucker, I'm meeting them and they snarl up with the fuck you looking at me like that for? Yes, I'm fucking your mama. You little fuck are you?
Me and Cherish will beat you. We will beat you for real.
Shit, fuck that. Terrence says that boy needs his dad bad. So Terrence, does this motherfucker wear a helmet or what?
It's just so weird to me because you know the dad is out of town. And so you want to leave your son with a person that you detest?
Man,
that's crazy to me.
Man,
crazy to me.
Right.
So to your word, Tasha, that's a setup.
Yeah.
You've already implanted some shit that, you know, what if now he's 15 and he said that the girlfriend did something to him and now the baby.
Right.
And I like where the guy stands that I'm not going to put her in that situation because he acknowledged they've treated her like shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't have left my daughter with no way.
No, I know that's scary. I agree with you on that part because that's a whole nother thing. Again, that's parenting, Sherry. So I agree with you on that situation.
Yeah.
Why would you leave your kid then, to Tasha's point, with somebody that y'all both don't like?
Yeah,
right.
Boy or girl, because they raping and touching boys the same way they touching girls.
Yeah.
And I like that he stood up for his girlfriend though. Like he didn't, I like that he even reinforced her boundary and everything. I really like that.
I love that. I do.
But this was a good one too. So
man, I must say these
that is crazy. Right. Yeah.
All right, we going on to another one, y'all. I told you we're gonna try to get as many of these as we can. Man, these fucking little fruit flies and gnats, these sons of bitches.
Gnats, I know, right?
Helmet in a minute. Ain't nothing flying around him. He gonna
Tasha, I promise you, y'all see me fucking
oh shit, I already know. I'm with you too.
I hate these little fuckers, but I keep buying bananas. I love bananas and fruit.
I love it.
I got a watermelon.
Yeah, you just can't eat them bananas in public though. You gotta be careful.
Thank you. That's why at home, Kenny, I peel it and eat it, but if I'm in public, you have to break it off. That's a whole nother thing.
I already know.
When I'm driving,
never mind. I was gonna say something.
Tasha, when I'm driving and I have a banana, I have bananas when I'm driving, but then I look over. If ain't nobody next to me, I'll bite it. But if somebody pull up side of me, then I'll break it and I'll eat.
What's the difference? Just eat the damn banana.
No, Sherry, you can't do that.
I want you to do an experiment. Next time that you're out and you're driving, you're having a banana, I want you to entice somebody. Just to see what the reaction.
I would never do that, Tasha.
No, ma'am, Tasha. You start some shits, Tasha. Stop.
Tara says that does sound crazy. Okay, let's get to another. No, Tasha, I ain't never doing that experiment because you never know who know you and who see you, and then lo and behold, you walking into Kroger's and then that person say, "Yeah, that's that dick sucking guy."
That's the banana gobbler.
No, I ain't never doing that. That ain't shit. Never gonna happen. Okay, here we go. Am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole for sending a Venmo request for babysitter, hotel, and Uber reimbursement after a dry wedding. A friend from college got married this past weekend. The wedding was 45 minutes from my house, so my wife and I got a hotel room. We checked in, had a few pre-game cocktails, and we Ubered from the hotel to the venue. We sit down, wedding happens, it's beautiful. We get to the social hour, as it's called, and there is no booze. Turns out, this was a dry wedding. There was no indication that this was a dry wedding before showing up. I checked the digital version of the invite and website, nothing indicating this. I'm pissed for a few reasons. One, I might not have RSVP'd yes if I knew this. And two, I'm pissed I blew a few $100 on a hotel for the night, babysitters, and Ubers. I'm like, what the fuck? Other friends that were there were grumbling and felt similar to me. The night went on and the wedding was fine, but honestly, a bit of a bummer. Now that my wife and I have kids, nights like this are rare, and I was pumped to do something. So we dipped out a bit early and went out. Other friends rolled with us. We left in the middle of the dancing time and didn't stay for the exit. Later that night, I sent a Venmo request for the cost of babysitter, hotel, and Ubers. Yesterday, I heard from my college buddy. He was like, "What the fuck is this, asshole?" I explained I was mad that this was a dry wedding. The bride had family that were alcoholics, so they opted to not have alcohol as an option. I told him, that's need to know information. Not informing us of that cost me and our other friends a lot of money. He said I should have asked him and not assumed it was a wet wedding. I said to him, alcohol is a default option. If you change the default, you tell people. He disagreed with that notion. I said, you drink, why would I think it's dry? We went back and forth for a while. He still thinks I'm the asshole. Am I the asshole?
Yeah.
Am I the asshole?
I really like this one too.
Yeah,
I
these are-
really like this one too, and it's not as cut and dry.
Yes, the fuck it is. Yes, the fuck it is.
Not for me. Not
This
for
one,
me.
this one is cut
Ooh.
fucking dry. Let me just shout it from the mountaintop. You are the world's biggest asshole, okay? Because for number one, you live 45 minutes away. That's your dumbass fault for doing the whole shebang. You wanted to spend the night. You opted to do that. Your wife or you, one of y'all could have been sober. Both of y'all didn't have to be drinking. You both didn't have to do that. So you opted to do that. You said, and then when you get there, you said y'all did pre-cocktails in the like at your hotel room. You could have snuck some of that shit in there with you. Did nobody say nothing about, like wasn't nobody searching y'all?
They didn't know until they got there.
Which brings me to the point 3. It is when you go to someone's wedding, if it is in your mind that you're just going there just to get sloshed and act like it's just a fucking club and to take advantage of like the open bar, that's your fucking fault. Because let's be clear, if you're attending a wedding for someone who is a dear friend to you, for a college friend, then you should be going because you want to celebrate them, not because of the perks that it may be. At any point during the evening, someone could have made a fucking alcohol run. Someone could have, okay? Someone could have, but nobody did that. So then you leave the wedding. That's fine. You could have left the wedding. You could have grumbled. You could have been upset. You could have done all that. But to turn around and send a Venmo requesting and then I'm gonna give you back some money. I would have found out where you were. I would have had to leave my honeymoon just to find you, just to fight you now, because now you fucking me up, okay? So yes, the world's biggest asshole. That is your fault. I'm sorry. Yes, I drink. Alcohol is not a requirement for you to have a good job, a good time. And I think a lot of people think that, like you have to have that, or you have to have some sort of recreational activity in order to entertain them. No, you're going there for a wedding and event. You should have carried your stupid ass back to the house instead of staying at the hotel and everything. You just thought it was just going to be a free-for-all. That's your fucking fault. And I would unfriend and block you.
Woo! Tasha unloaded, and Terrence says, is that bitch crazy?
It's a man. This was the man. This is a husband. This is a guy that wrote this.
Oh, it's a dude that
Oh
wrote
wait,
that.
wait. Was
make-
Terrence
that-
talking about me?
No. He's talking. He agreed. No,
Oh,
he agreed with
No,
you.
no, he was agreeing with you.
He
He's talking
agreed
about the
with
chick
you.
in Atlanta.
Right.
Yeah.
And grown
Yeah.
grown women don't try to say it's preach, Tasha, because the mom and the son are both assholes.
from the last one, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kenny, Sherry, is this guy an asshole for Venmoing for the drinks and and all the other shit?
Yeah. His
Yeah,
ass is a
he is.
motherfucking asshole. Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah,
At the end
because
of
like Tasha said,
go ahead.
he
Go
could have
ahead.
sent
Go
somebody
ahead,
to get some
Sherry.
liquor if it was that serious for him.
Mhm.
And then, like Tasha said, also, you ain't gonna be sending me no motherfucking bill that you done paid. I know. Yeah,
Okay.
asshole. Yeah.
Kenny, what do you want to add, my brother?
Oh shit, man. Tasha knocked it out the park. I'm like, God
Yeah,
damn,
yeah.
man, really? You shit, really? Your ass, you not happy that for the goddamn ceremony? You pissed because your ass couldn't get drunk free? Get the fuck out of here, man. G, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, you an asshole for writing this shit. You should have kept that shit to yourself. Real talk.
Okay, let me refresh my drink as I pull this ball from going over the fence and pull that bitch back into it's only a second base hit.
Oh yeah, we finna go off the rails.
I don't think so. The only asshole part about it is some of the stuff he's asking Venmo for. For me, it's not cut and dry. I like the fact that he mentioned that if your motherfucking in-laws is alcoholics, that is a detail that should have been mentioned. That's an important detail when you're inviting somebody to an important event like a wedding, knowing that guests are going to be coming from far away. You do have a responsibility in my book to tell me what to expect when I come to this event, because fuck you and your marriage if you're going to hold something as important as that, because for all I know, I come showing up and you motherfuckers is Quakers or Satan worshipers, and you should have mentioned that shit to me. And I do think it's a reasonable expectation that it's a wedding, there's going to be a ceremony. Now, if you got some fucking alcoholics who can't handle their drink, you could have eaten that, and you my college buddy too. You could have easily said, look, man, let me holler at you on the side. We're not going to be serving alcohol, so you might want to bring your own. Now, him Venmoing because they got there early and drank, I don't agree with that part of it, but I think he's a little bit of an asshole. Tasha, this woman get 50% of the blame. He's a little bit of an asshole for requesting that, but the wedding motherfuckers, they're assholes too for just thinking that I love your monkey ass so much that I'm willing to travel to come celebrate, and I'm not going to have a good time. I have an expectation to have a good time. I personally go to weddings to have a good time. I'm okay with you getting married, and fuck you for finding somebody before me anyway, motherfucker. But that you found somebody, I expect to maybe give me some pussy out of it, at least get me some good food and some drinks. So you have a responsibility to tell me that I'm going to be sitting in this motherfucking ceremony and I ain't even got a drink while I'm hating on your ass up there getting married, you motherfuckers, you.
You are responsible for your own vice, okay? So wait a minute, Black. Wait a minute. So if you did coke, I have to supply cocaine.
You're going to a different realm. So,
that ain't
Tasha, is it not reasonable to expect that there's going to be food and alcohol at a wedding?
No, that is not reasonable. No.
Kenny, Sherry, be honest. Is it reasonable to expect at a wedding that there's going to be alcohol?
Yeah, I expect alcohol to be there and some food.
I mean, I think you expect that. Yeah, I think that's the expectation. Yeah.
Craig, I want to answer Craig's point. No, I'm not about getting drunk. Craig says, so they come to the wedding to get drunk? Sending a Venmo request is crazy. I would question if they were true friends. He is an asshole.
Right. Sending the Venmo request is crazy.
That's the part that I have a problem with. That I would have sucked it up. That I wouldn't have requested, because then, to your point, Tasha, Y'all chose to go out afterwards, drink that. And you're right, Tasha. You could, common sense then to me should have been, wait a minute. Once you got in this motherfucking dry wedding and you looked around and you discovered, alcohol? These motherfuckers ain't got no alcohol. Yeah, I'm going to make me a liquor run. But I ain't gonna lie, Tasha, and y'all family, I'm gonna be pissed off the fact that you could have told me that shit before I got here, because he's right in this sense. I might not have come. College buddy or no college buddy. If I gotta get a babysitter, travel, get hotel, and you ain't gonna serve no drinks and shit like that, I might have said, let me just send this motherfucker a toaster and be done with it. But if I'm thinking
to get a hotel, you didn't have
you're
to.
right. You're right, but it's not his fault. That's why I'm having a problem with the Venmo, because they went overboard, assuming and going. So I have a problem with that part. But I still have a problem with this motherfucker not telling guests that it's a dry wedding.
Yeah,
because I think it's reasonable to expect that there's going to be alcohol. Who the fuck who in a right mind? You better, Tasha, only you're my best friend. I would attend out of love for you. Anybody else, you telling me I'm gonna travel 45 minutes to go to a wedding where you motherfuckers ain't gonna even be serving alcohol? It better be a motherfucking nudist wedding or something. They'll need to at least see some ass and titties or something.
You better bring BYOB. That's how we roll anyway. But BYOB. Okay?
Now you're right. Me and you do. But that's my point. But I think the friend should have at least given his guest a heads up. How we know your fucking in-laws is drunkards and alcoholics and can't hold their motherfucking liquor? I don't know them motherfuckers.
This is the way I think about it too, though. Like the wedding, though, traditionally, most of the weddings are going to be like they're gonna have like a lot of their families there, and a lot of people don't do certain things in front of like all of their family, like at certain times.
I'm with you so far.
So like I and that's why I also think about it. Like I think it's so selfish of the buddy. Like you just automatically assume that that it's just gonna be that type of party. It ain't that type of party, okay?
Here's where you lose me. I think about like going to my nephew's 50th. He purposely set in place a certain quality of music before 12 o'clock because of what you just said. Initially, there's going to be older folks and parents and people coming, but there comes a point where Sherry, you was there, where you get to a certain hour, like, okay, this music is about to change and it's getting ready to get a little ratchet. So to your point, I get early on if you don't want to break out the liquor, because guess what? If you ain't gonna drink anyway, what the fuck you doing out late anyway? That's just like handicapped people being out after 9 o'clock. Get your crippled ass inside for people that park in those handicap spaces. You got all fucking data shop. So the same way with you motherfuckers who are alcoholics, really? Come celebrate, take your ass home at 8 or 9 o'clock so the drinking folk can drink and party. You motherfuckers.
So you mad at the alcoholics you're saying they should have stayed at home?
Hell yes.
Well, I think you sound like an alcoholic. So how about that? Like an alcoholic at the wedding. I think you sound like an alcoholic.
I'm drinking right now. I ain't no alcoholic because I ain't got to go to them goddamn meetings, but I'll drink.
No, but you know why the friend should have told him? Because if people did go out and get a bottle, then
Carol,
known,
I'm just joking about the handicap a little bit.
I'm saying then you would have known who got a problem with alcohol, because motherfuckers would have been sneaking, trying to see if they can get a drink from you if you brought it.
Tasha's right. Me and her would have brought our own alcohol.
Right.
We'd have brought our own alcohol. So this is why I don't agree with the Venmo, because the moment you discover that there's not serving any alcohol, Tasha's right. You could have made a liquor run.
Yeah.
Now you might be mad that you and your wife went out of your way to pay for a hotel and baby, because he don't owe you for no babysitter. Because now that's your responsibility. If you made the decision to go, just like we finished in the other segment, those are your motherfucking kids. I ain't giving your own money back because you want somebody to keep these little motherfuckers. If they need a babysitter, you probably shouldn't have your monkey ass at this wedding anyway. So
thank you.
Yes.
I was just gonna say, DJ says, if you and Tasha don't get married already,
No, 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 no. We are friends. No, trust me, we are just friends. We
we
would
keep
get on
each
each
other.
other. We keep each other in line, and
We
we
really
are
do.
we're so much alike that no, fuck, no,
DJ,
no.
when I first met Mick Mac on a fucking Wednesday night, I said, she like a dude. Me and Tasha rolled out and hunted together. Tasha found some. She said, "Black, I'm getting ready." I said, "You sure?" Tasha beast in the motherfucking streets. At DJ Wright. That is my best friend. We keep each other in line. Okay, Tasha stepped off camera. Where's my postings? Where's my postings? Okay, we get ready to go to another story. You know what's crazy about this? Me and Tasha talked about keeping it an hour. That's just not possible.
I told you it's
Tasha
not
said
like
that. Okay, it's just too
start
much
going
fun.
down those byways and everything, those little other streets. So
DJ says best friends are the best mates, though. And I just watched the last part, and you said you were looking for a Tasha.
no, he ain't looking
LOL.
for a
I know what the comment he's talking about. I go back and look at the comment now and read the context. I'm looking for somebody who's intelligent, articulate, got their own shit and all that kind of stuff. But me and Tasha lived together for 7 months. I drove her fucking crazy, and she drove me fucking crazy.
Exactly.
Craig says, who told them to rent a hotel when they live 45 minutes away? That's why, Craig, I agree with you. It's fucked up that he Venmo'd for that, because if you decided to come to the wedding, you was going to have to stay somewhere anyway. That's your that goes with your responsibility when you're traveling somewhere. You didn't think he was going to let you stay with them, did you? Unless you cleared it with them. So if a wedding is far away, it goes into, okay. And when you accept, you're accepting, understanding that I got to get there. I'm going to have someplace to stay. Now, if that person haven't made arrangements for you to get discounts on hotels and whatnot, that should have went into their decision of should they go or not. But this couple jumped out there thinking that we going to kick it, so we going to get us a babysitter, and we going to get, so they assholes for that part. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know DJ side, I got to mess with y'all. I get it. Yeah, that is my.
That's just because DJ trying to live vicariously through everybody else. So that street is calling, it's killing them this summer.
Yeah, now he does. Yeah, now he does for sure.
DJ, my brother, I'm envious of you. Beautiful baby, beautiful woman.
For sure.
Envious of you, brother. You already hit the mother load, and if you don't, you know this already without me saying it. Stay home, my brother, because ain't shit in these streets. Ain't shit in these streets, bro. Grown folks says, yes, people usually get hotels with discounts for their guests. So I don't know what happened here, why they got their own hotel and think that they owe them for that. Now that part is fucked up, that you would expect them to pay for that part. Okay, let's go on to our next one. Am I an asshole is the topic, folks. Here we go. Oh, this is a long one, y'all. 4 minutes and 17 seconds. The others have been 2 minutes and change. Okay, here we go.
I'm the asshole for calling the police on my niece and not telling my sister beforehand. I, 24 female, have a sister, 35 female, who has a 16-year-old daughter.
Okay.
Her daughter has started rebelling and being a teenager. By being a teenager, I don't mean stealing. I mean being mouthy or thinking she's invincible, and she knows better than everyone. But recently, she's gotten sticky fingers. She's been banned from the mall in our neighborhood. She was suspended from school for taking a girl's phone, and she's even tried to pawn her mother's wedding ring. I don't like my niece at my house for this reason. I've worked too hard for my things for them to be stolen. 2 weeks ago, I noticed the patio door was unlocked, and I make sure I lock all my doors before I leave. My fiance suggested we get cameras, so we put cameras in the house. Last week, Wednesday, my fiance and I went to go look at wedding venues, and we were gone all day. When we got back, I only had to unlock the bottom lock to get into the house, so we checked the cameras, and sure enough, my niece and her friends somehow picked the lock to the window And she was in our house for hours with 2 guys, and they took some money from my purse. They took 2 of my fiance's Rolex watches.
Oh.
They also took my grandmother's wedding ring that she left for me when she passed away last year from cancer. They were eating snacks and watching TV, shoes on our table and couch. Just like they lived there, and this is normal. Yep, shoes on the table and couch is crazy.
Lock them up. I was trying to get everything else into it. Put them under the doobie, for real.
Under the doobie. I called my sister and told her what happened and told her my niece has 2 days to give me everything back or I'd call the police, and she said she would handle it. Thursday comes around, nothing. Friday comes around, nothing. So I called the police and I showed them the video, filed a report. I got a call later from my sister crying and screaming that I should have told her beforehand. I told her I gave her 2 days to come up with the stolen items and I heard nothing back. And I told her I was going to call the police. She's lucky I gave her grace for 2 days. My mom called me and said that you don't have kids, so you don't understand. I told her it doesn't matter if I have kids or not. She committed a crime and brought 2 random people in my house. My safety is in danger. I don't get the whole you should have warned me. Warned her for what? So she could hide her? I don't think I did anything wrong. My sister and her husband said they won't be coming to our wedding, and I told them the invitation was revoked when their daughter stole my thing. I've been getting threats from her husband. I want to block them, but my fiance says keep all the evidence in case something happens. And then there is an edit. We do have a security system now. We've changed the locks. We're getting a safe for his watches and the more valuable stuff. We were planning on moving by the end of the year, and none of my family will know where I live. I don't feel safe knowing 2 random men know where I live. My fiance also says that we're getting a guard dog. We were already talking about getting a dog. No, this isn't just for guarding. We wanted one before, but we were waiting until we moved. Also, by beforehand, my sister meant like the day I called the police. Also, I have not gotten my things back as of yet. Hopefully.
Never getting that.
She said, I'm calling around to local pawn shops, checking Facebook, Craigslist, all of it. For the people calling me names over calling the police, you're not giving me any other solutions. I did not want to call the police, which is why I gave her 2 days. I don't think any of you know how unnerving it is to have your home broken into. You don't know how unsafe it feels to walk into your home, scanning if anything is gone, hearing a creak and wondering if they've come back. These 2 random men she brought know where I live. I should feel safe here, but I feel anything but that. If it had been someone else's home, she could have been seriously hurt or dead. Hopefully, this was a wake-up call. If she needed money, she could have asked me, not broke into my home with 2 men who are still on the streets and who could come back at any moment and do Lord knows what. And then top comment, not the asshole. Your niece has some serious issues and she needs to understand actions have consequences. Question though, how did she get into your house? And then OP said the second time she snuck in through the kitchen window.
Wow.
I think this one's pretty cut and dry because to me, not the asshole. Not the asshole. You're not the asshole for calling the police on your niece, for not giving your sister a heads up. You're not the asshole. All of that, your sister started something years before by not getting on your niece's ass, and now it's snowballed into something crazy. And the fact that she felt so comfortable to come to your house to break in, to steal from your wallet, from anywhere else in your house, and to bring people with her too. And then you gave her another out by telling her, give me my shit back and I won't call the police. You gave her 2 days and she still didn't do it. And you see also, she obviously must not have told her mother either, because her mother had no idea either. So no, not the asshole. You should have whooped their ass is what you should have done, and then called the police. That's what you should have done.
Man, let me read a couple of comments because, yeah, I think I would think it's safe to say we all agree she's not an asshole. Terrence says, damn, her niece is a future jailbird.
Yes.
Yep.
Grown woman, don't try me, says, at Terrence, she's going to find out soon enough that stealing can get you hurt. Terrence says, if she doesn't change, prison will be her second home. And Terrence goes on to say, was she having sex with the 2 men? I thought about that too, Terrence. I want to know what they were doing in it. That's just me being nosy. And grown woman says, that girl been getting away with this since birth.
Yep.
So again, I think it's safe to say we all agree she was an asshole. Anybody want to add anything extra to this?
Yeah, I want to add that I would have called the cops on her, my sister too. She would have been beat, and my sister would have to get me off her.
I hear you, Sherry.
I got a question, sis.
Shit.
In that instance, would you have given one of our siblings a grace period like this sister did? It is a family. Okay. You didn't even let me get it out.
I'm not giving no grace period. You don't got no business in my house or whatever. If I found out you broke in my house for any reason and you took my shit, I'm punching you in the face. I'll fight my sister. I'm calling the cops on both y'all, and that's what it's going to be.
Sherry ain't even let me finish this shit. Grown woman don't no lead. Yep. I thought the same thing, and there's some substance use there too, maybe. I agree. There's a lot going on here. Go ahead, Brother Kenny.
I mean, I don't have nothing to add. Everybody pretty much, I agree with everybody what they said.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Yeah,
she needed, in all seriousness, she needed her ass whooped. So in that 48 hours, when she didn't call you or anything, you should have like acted, because I understand probably giving the 48 hours too, because you know, like of what she took was so valuable, especially that ring. You don't want to rock the boat just yet to not get get it back.
Tasha, that's where I was going. That's where I was going, McMack.
Yeah, so I would have given that, but when you showed back, you know, I would have said, yeah, come back over here. Oh, I would have whooped your ass and then called the police.
You stealing my thunder. Sherry, the reason why I asked that, I would have first tried to get my stuff back in hopes that maybe they could recover it. And then I would have whooped her ass. But yeah, I would have said, well, look, y'all got X amount of time to get my shit back and put the onus on my sister to gather her daughter, son, whoever, to get these little fuckers together. And then if they brought it back, then it would have got ugly. But I would have held my peace, Sherry, in the front part to see if I could get my shit back. You know what I'm saying? I got a question. Go ahead. I'm sorry, sis.
No, I ain't holding shit. You better get my shit back, and that's it. And you had no business in my house.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with that part, but I would have tried to, before I jumped on him, before I went rogue. Craig says she should have called the police, and the mom, Craig, you went to the question I was about to ask. And the mom is the problem because she didn't make her kids return this stuff. Oh, I'm talking about the mother of both of them. I got a question. Don't be mad now. And grown woman says, Craig, right. And Craig says, 48 hours? How about 1 hour? Craig is with you, Sherry. He ain't giving their ass no time.
No time at all.
I would have gave him a little grace period to see, you know, not that, and I still would have called the police.
Oh, definitely.
I still would have called the police, but I would have gave him a little grace period. But you know, I have my bigger problem with all of this is, did I hear it right? That the family also is mad with her that she called on this sister?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, like the mom, the mom.
Did I hear that part right?
Yeah.
That's really fucked up right there. 15 minutes, you're done. Y'all hardcore. Y'all are hardcore like a motherfucker.
They out of there.
But even like
I would get them, but I would give them a grace period.
Because
and the grace period is not for them, it's to see if I could get my stuff back.
Because if that was my daughter, Freddie, and my sister called me and said that Cherish was in her house, snuck in there, and whatever. First of all, I'm beating my daughter, and you better be getting the stuff. Then my sister, I'm gonna tell her and go down there. She gonna fuck you up, and that's how it's gonna go down.
See, we have it, but that's why I say in this story, the mom of both of them is mad that she called on the granddaughter. Like, what the fuck?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
It fractured the family because nobody wants to hold the original guilty party accountable. Because this is nobody's fault except for that 16-year-old. This is nobody's fault except for hers.
I agree.
This is her fault.
Yeah,
I agree. Grown woman says, so I'm supposed to just suck it up and count it as a loss? Oh, hell. No, we're not saying that. That's why I'm saying I'm still calling the cops, but I would have gave them that period to see if I can get my stuff back. I'm still calling the cops. I'm still fucking the niece up and might have to fuck the sister up too. Terry
Yeah.
says, true statement. Grown women don't try me. I just, I would have just see if I could get my stuff back a little bit. But, before I move on, this is the first, me and Tasha, we watched the first 48. And how you see these stories and I'm not going to make light of anybody dying. So I'm going to be clear here. That part of it sad. But the part that my heart is hardened against is that when you got a young person, because somebody said that this person been committing crimes since birth. If you've got a child that's got a record, even whether they caught or not, record, they got instances, and then something tragic happens, and then you see him on camera, they was just about to turn their life around. No, they wasn't. You knew this person was committing these crimes. You placated them, you covered for them, and whether you know it or not, you actually accelerated them to do even more. Because to your point, Tasha, nobody here is holding the young girl accountable.
Right. That's why
maybe you can save her if you lock her little ass up and press charges and actually save her life. Craig says, for that, Craig, I watched that show religiously, and I sometimes when they show this person, they're dead now, so they ain't no coming back from that. But you hear the parents come out, oh, he was about to just turn his life around. He was planning on going to college. Where was all this fucking sentiment and support when this fucker was breaking in houses and stealing cars and selling drugs and shit? And so now you want to limit that they're 15, 16. No, grown woman says 16. She's old enough to know better, and the family can go to hell. They didn't lose anything.
That's right, grown woman.
It's easy. And that whole going no contact with the family immediately. Even my own mama. Because then you slick might have to fight your mom too. Because you had her, and you've been around the granddaughter. You knew she was a little terrorist too, and you didn't do nothing about it. So you might have to put hands on your mama too.
That's why I say, grown woman says, I hate that shit, or he was such a good child. Look, to you, this little demon son of a bitch that been robbing, stealing, raping, committing crimes, but then all of a sudden somebody shoot their little ass and cut their hands off or some shit, and then now you want to talk about they was a good child.
They was a good child. Yep.
So
that
shit just irks me. Okay, we're gonna get in another one, folks. This is am I an asshole? Here we go.
Am I the asshole for moving to a hotel because my wife's family insisted I sleep on the couch? Now, I think I got that right. I didn't read it backwards. Couch on the sleep. So that was good news.
Okay.
My wife and I got married last summer. Her family lives across the country from us. So up until this point, I had never actually visited them. I had met them a handful of times, but we've always gotten along fine. They invited us to come visit and stay with them for a few days, and we took them up on the offer. We flew in yesterday. Everything went well. Her dad and I watched football. Well, that's fun to do. While she caught up with her mom and her sisters. And then we finally had a nice dinner. But things went south at the end of the night when it was made clear that they didn't want me sharing a bed with my wife while in their home, and that they expected me to sleep on the couch. Now, I would imagine Morgan does not want me to insert any of my comments yet, so I'm going to keep going. By the way, I had a handful of comments on this, but she won't let me do it.
That's her dad. That's her dad. So
I honestly thought what?
Just still adding comments.
I'm going to shut up and read. I love this show. I honestly thought they were joking at first, but they insisted we sleep separately. I had a problem with the implication that I shouldn't be allowed to sleep next to my wife. And also, I have a bad back, and the couch did not look at least bit comfortable. They didn't have a guest room. After arguing back and forth for a bit, I decided to leave and book a hotel. I told my wife she didn't have to come with me. She chose to stay, and I said, I'll come back the next day. I went off to the Marriott about 10 miles away and got a good night's sleep, trying not to let the whole situation bother me.
Hell yeah.
This morning I called my wife. This can be interesting. This morning I called my wife asking when I should come by. She told me this. Again, my brain is wandering. She told me my parents want me to apologize for leaving the way that I did. I told her that I am willing to apologize to keep the peace, but they need to acknowledge that it wasn't appropriate to insist that I can't share a bed with my own wife. She said she'd talk to them and then call me back.
Okay.
About 10 minutes later, I hear back from her. She tells me that not only will they not apologize for it, go figure, they are now insisting that I need to come back and stay on the couch for the rest of our visit. If I don't agree to this, I'm not welcome back in the house. I'm pretty livid at this point. I told her that there is absolutely no chance that I will do that, and I am no longer willing to offer any sort of apology. This is a great negotiation. My wife's sisters are now bothering me, saying this is just the way their parents are, that my wife is very upset and I need to just give in and stay on the couch for the rest of the trip before it turns into something sort of a family feud. From my perspective, I didn't care what they think, and I'm willing to treat the rest of the trip as a solo vacation. Go sightseeing, meet my wife back at the airport at the end of the week. Am I the asshole?
I love this fucking story. I love this fucking story.
You are definitely not the asshole.
What's up, Honeyberg?
Hey y'all, sorry.
What's up, fam?
What up,
I love this fucking story. Woo! Hold on. Before we go there, I want to acknowledge a couple. Craig says at Carol, he was only a good child to his mother. To everyone else, he was a grown.
There you go.
Grown woman says, see you later, fam. They owe you an apology. I'm staying at the Marriott. Woo!
Yeah.
There's way too much to unpack here for me. There's way too much for me to unpack here for me. Terrence, I'm gonna let you go first. Cuz say if his wife agreed to that, I would have walked out on her and her family. Fuck them. I see a divorce in the future for them. That family is crazy.
That's right, cousin. That's my cousin. Because I'm going next. First of all, he is not an asshole. Whatever. I don't know what they think. They married. You wouldn't have been inviting me to your house if me and my husband or my wife couldn't sleep together. You must be out your mind and telling me I'm going to be sleeping on some couch. I would have told them, give me your motherfucking bed then, or whatever, or you sleep on the couch. I would and I would not have been apologizing to them for nothing. The wife, I would have told her, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get your shit, let's go. Hell no.
Since I'm loving your stuff, but why are you in the witness protection program?
This is how this room is.
Terry, it's pitch dark.
We can't see you at all, Sherry.
It's pitch black. Something on your phone is not showing that it's nothing at all. Normally you hide now to protect your identity, but we can't see nothing. Grown woman says at Terrence, real crazy, and she can stay with her family.
That's right.
I'm letting y'all welcome to the show, fam, brother and sister. You heard the story. Is he an asshole?
No, ain't nobody on this earth gonna tell me I'm not sleeping in the bed. We share the same name. That you're not. Bob, mom, and my family know. If we can't sleep, we out. And if you stupid, if you feel like that, then marry your family, because I'm out. Let your family hold you at night, because I won't be.
That's right.
I got a question for your husband. Oh, I'm glad you said that. I got a question.
Get on in here, be wet.
Be wet. be wet under this circumstances, would you have reacted the way the husband did in the interest of peace? How far would you have gone in this situation?
I'm walking out.
That's right, brother.
He chose violence.
Sister Sherry, I'm out.
Peace.
Brother, you must be crazy. You must be out your mind. Like what you said, where the Marriott at? Where? Wow. I'm already on the phone. Get out of here.
You ain't cutting them no slack, huh, B?
I ain't cutting them nothing. Black Air Force energy all night long.
Kenny, I'm gonna ask you the same question in a second. I gotta ask you the same because we're men, and the reason why I'm asking you that, sometimes as a boyfriend, as a husband, when situations are wrong, even if you 100% right, y'all men know what I'm talking about. There are moments where you have to be wrong. That's the only reason I'm asking is, hold on, Kenny, because I want Tasha, I want to hear what Tasha got to say. Hold on, Tasha. Grown woman says, I'm Googling hotels in the area. Craig says he can't sleep in the same bed with his wife. I would have said, if I can't sleep with my wife, you can't sleep with your wife. By the way. Craig said the policy negotiations are hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, so, Kenny, hold on. Take your drink, my brother. Tasha, we already feel like he's the asshole.
Red cup. I know that's right.
Tasha, what you say?
He is not the asshole. The mama is the asshole. The daddy's the asshole. The sisters are the asshole. The wife is an asshole. The dog is an asshole. The house is an asshole.
The whole house.
Country is an
The
asshole.
whole house.
All of them.
house.
All of them. I done flew across the country, the world to come, to come visit you over here for the first time, from my understanding was from the first time I flew, and this is the hospitality that you are extending to me. Bitch, get your shit. I would have said it just like that. Bitch, let's go. Okay. We are a united front. I get these are your parents. You can be back tomorrow, but get your shit now. Get upstairs and go pack our shit. Like Michael told the girl on why did I get the Tyler Perry show, how he told her, get our shit and let's go. I would have done the same thing. Because I think it was wrong of her to stay. I think it was wrong of her to try to initiate and to negotiate an apology. I think it was a conversation that her parents should have reached out to him and gone to him directly. Because I still didn't understand why it was that big of a deal. It was never made clear. And there, of course we can speculate for the reasons, but for the sisters to come behind and saying, yeah, that's just how they are, it doesn't make it valid. It doesn't make it okay. And it doesn't make it acceptable. So no, this is now a solo vacation. We're going to stay at the hotel. She's going to come and visit y'all while while she's here. But no, I'm not even coming back. We ain't got nothing else to discuss ever. And as far as visiting, you can bring your ass to my house and you're staying in the fucking garage, okay? You can't even stay inside the main house.
I held my brother Kenny for last. Because I want to hear his thoughts with what I said. But there's another reason I held you for last, Kenny. You got daughters. So I want to ask you.
I have one daughter. I only have one daughter.
You have a daughter. Okay, you got a daughter. You got a daughter.
Yeah.
Grown woman says that man did not have to appease her family at all. So number one, Kenny, and that's why I said we as men sometimes. I've been a husband,
right,
and I've been in a situation where I know I'm right, but in the interest of peace, I've had to do some things and let some shit go. So I want to ask you, number one, I don't think anybody think he was an asshole, but my question is, how far would you have let it go? Would you have been willing to make any concessions here And then the second part, having a daughter, how comfortable would you be? I'm going to take it to the next step. Not just having your daughter stay in the room with her significant other, but to hear them fuck. But okay.
Knew you was going to say that.
That wasn't a part of
No, that's my side thing. That's my side thing. And the reason why I'm asking him, I think it's different when it's a son. But that's just me. But go ahead.
It is.
That's why I wanted to ask Kenny. That's why I want to see what Kenny would go with this. And Terrence says, "Fuck a hotel. I'm going home." Okay. Terrence ain't playing. Terrence ain't playing.
Just flying out.
Let me answer that last question first.
At all, Carol. At all.
They will have to take their motherfucking ass to a hotel because I'm not.
That's why I asked.
Bullshit.
That's why I asked y'all.
Really?
That's why I asked this question,
y'all.
Because it's different for
your daughter and her husband gotta go to a hotel?
different for a father.
Yeah.
Hannah, hear me out.
Little weird shorts.
Hannah, hear me out. Hannah, hear me out. That's why I asked him. It's different for a father hearing his daughter versus if Bert's sons come and they beating the living brakes off some pussy in there.
Not in this house.
No, hear me out, baby. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Go ahead, Black.
If his sons is, I'm talking about if he can hit him. Oh God, please stop. Bert gonna smile and say, "Yes, son."
Ain't nobody do that up in here but us.
I'm just saying. But go ahead, Kenny.
You already said it. First of all, that you hit the nail on the head. Obviously, it's a double standard, and y'all might as well go and keep it funky. I'm just gonna keep it funky. My daughter and whomever that dude, they ain't fucking in my house. They gotta take that shit to a goddamn hotel.
See?
Nah.
No.
Hannah,
no.
Listen.
No.
Hell no. No, I'm saying they can stay here, but you ain't. No, cuz nah.
You on the same? You feel what we saying then?
Exactly.
Be wet. Yeah,
that's Hannah, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's a difference.
It's a difference.
I don't see it that way.
I don't give a damn.
You're not a father, Sherry. You're not a father.
I don't give a damn if it's her husband and they've been married 34 years and they'd had all kind of anniversary dinners and all that bullshit.
Thank you.
Y'all not getting ready to do that shit up in here where I can hear that shit. That's my baby. That's my baby. You feel me?
I see three assholes right here. I see three assholes. 1, 2, 3. 3 right there. 1, 2, 3.
What if you can't hear it?
I don't give
it doesn't
you know
matter.
What?
It
doesn't matter. I don't give a damn if I can't hear it. Your ass, y'all want to do that shit? Y'all get y'all room. We not having that shit up in here. I don't care. I do not. I do.
You might not.
Hannah, I do not care if they married. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, baby.
What I don't know won't hurt me, but I don't want to hear it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't want to hear it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
But are you saying? But are you saying they can't? Are you saying like they can't stay that they can't stay in the same room together?
No, I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying that.
Stay in the same room.
No, they can stay in the room. Stay in the same room. No,
we fucking y'all. You may hear it.
See, Tasha, your ass.
Your little fast ass. See that's your little fast ass. That's your right there. Yeah.
Black Air Force energy. I'm Tasha.
come get in the shower. You know, I don't feel like come get in the shower.
No.
We'll just get on the floor. We'll get on the bed.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's fair. But
I ain't either.
Why I kept him for DJ says.
Okay. Oh, so I have a question. Okay, no, go ahead.
Save your question, Tasha. Don't forget it. I'm coming right to you. DJ says, "I'm getting some pussy or whatever. It's either my."
Well, let me tell you this, DJ. If you was married,
let me finish this thought. He said, "I'm getting some pussy. It's either my wife or yours."
DJ, now see. You messing with old DJ. You messing with old school players now. Nah, it ain't going down like that, DJ.
Tasha, keep your question. Craig says, for the guys, would you feel comfortable having to see your parents having to sleep in your parents' in-laws' house? I wouldn't.
Having sex in your parent in-laws'
having
house.
sex in your parents.
That was my
no.
Craig,
question.
I'm gonna answer that question. Craig, I'm gonna answer that question.
Okay, I'll let you go.
I'm gonna answer that
first,
too.
Black.
DJ said, "I'm getting some pussy." Oh, well, you already read that. It's either my wife or yours. He meant sex. So, go ahead, Kenny.
No, I wouldn't do that in my in-laws. No, I wouldn't do that with my wife. We'll go.
I would do it, but I would be quiet.
I wouldn't do it. We would go outside and get in the car or some shit. I wouldn't do it in the house. We would find another way to make.
I'm gonna tell y'all a true story. Me and my wife,
personally, that's just
we
me.
moved in. My brother Paul was diagnosed with HIV and AIDS. Me and my wife, I was a newlywed, 21 years old. I'm talking about when the wind blew, my dick got hard. And it stood up for hours. That's back when I was in my prime, god damn it. And my wife was attractive. Do you know when we moved in, it was so uncomfortable having sex, knowing my mother was in the next room. Knowing my mother was, call it respect, call it whatever you want to call it. And it was a real thing that happened between me and a real conversation that happened between me and and she felt the same apprehension that because imagine now, got married, we in our own house, and then we in my mother's house now. And so Craig, I would do it, but I would be so quiet because it's just a respect thing, and even my boy has daughters. And I asked him this question one time, and guess what, Connor? It ain't fair. He said the same thing. Don't no father want to hear their daughter getting broke in.
You ain't never lie.
Okay, I just asked my husband. I just asked Tony that.
Okay.
And I said to him, suppose you heard Cherish having sex, well, what would you do?
Well, he has a long business.
He said he don't business. He'll cook his ears up.
God bless him. So Sherry,
he think of their wife and husband.
He different. Maybe he different. So sis, I'm gonna bring up a real situation. Your 50th birthday party and the birthday party was in New Orleans. Me, you, Cherish, Tasha was all there. We never heard Cherish and our boyfriend fucking, and I truly appreciated that because I would have had a problem with it. And I'm just an uncle. I'm just an uncle, and I would have had a problem with it if Kevin was in there beating the brakes off her. I'd have knocked on that. Look here, man.
What?
I'm just
you fucking her just a little too loud. Okay, that's weird, Black. That is a weird conversation.
I'm sorry.
Okay, suppose it was me, brother. You would have felt the way.
Oh my God.
Oh hell yeah, you would have felt the way.
You know what? Okay, here's the crazy part. You my sister, so no.
Oh, because I would have been saying bang, 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 bang.
If Tony was doing the handling this business, me and Tony could have had coffee the next morning. I would have been like, Tony, you handled your business last night.
Oh hell no, Black. But I don't have a sister, so I can't relate
That's my
to
sister.
that.
Tasha, I lived with you when I ain't gonna mention his name, used to come over. I never heard nothing, but I would have loved to have heard him digging in them guts.
No,
You know
but
what?
but you know what? This is my thing. You would never gonna hear it. If I'm in a house with somebody and in this scenario, if I knew you were sitting in the front room, I'm not gonna be loud. They're not gonna be loud, but we're not gonna do it.
I know y'all was in there fucking. I know because I know him. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was a little disappointed because I expected him to be snatching your ass and bouncing you up against some walls.
He does. But again, if somebody's sitting in the front room, then no, you're not gonna hear that.
You know what? This conversation has totally went off the rails.
I'm just saying. Terrence says, I understand that, cousin. If it's a sister,
this conversation
if
has
it's
went
a
off the
niece, if it's a
rails.
best friend, I can live with it because, again, I know that they're sexual beings. A daughter, and
So
again,
Tasha, if you had a daughter and you heard your daughter, you would have a problem with it?
Y'all need to keep it down. Shit.
Oh,
Just
wow.
y'all need to keep it down.
Oh, wow.
I know something.
Just keep it down. I'm not sitting there. I'm not thinking that you're not going to have automatically, if you have a child, let me tell you something, parents, your children are getting fucked at some point when they are of age, okay? When they decide 18, 17, 16, they are fucking, okay? Just
So
accept
Bert,
it.
Can somebody
Just don't
mute Tasha,
be
please?
loud.
Can somebody mute Tasha, please?
So
I ain't
Bert,
saying this right.
if you heard your sons, you would be okay with it?
Wait, say it again.
If you heard your sons having sex, would you be okay?
Yeah, you know what? They would have to keep it down. Now, the dad part of me,
Go ahead.
right, it is a double standard.
Go ahead.
Like, that's my boy.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
At the end of the day, I don't really want to hear it. Like, you gotta keep that down, dog. For real. I'm being totally honest. I'm not saying
I love it. I love it.
But it is a double
It's a double standard, y'all.
But I don't want to hear it though.
My boy,
like,
he said when he found out his son was fucking, do you know what he said? The first thing he said, yes, he's not gay.
Oh.
Not that he thought he was, but it was the moment of it, the realization of it for real, because in this day and age, you do have to wonder. And it was that moment when he knew that, oh, I'm telling you a real story. My boy crept upstairs and heard his son fucking. They wasn't loud enough. And he literally said, yes. Now I know definitively he likes pussy. It ain't fair, but it is what it is.
I'll say this too. Just to be very clear, I don't want to hear anybody fucking.
Right.
I don't care who it is. I don't want to hear anybody. If I'm in the house with you, and you're like honestly, just be conscious of that. I don't want to hear you fucking anyway. It may be your house, but you have guests. Just be conscious of that.
I don't have a problem hearing somebody fucking. It just depends.
I don't want to hear nobody.
What in the world, man?
That wouldn't bother me. To me, that's kind of entertainment, you know.
What?
That wouldn't bother me at all, to be honest. Grown says yes, Tasha. I don't care about hearing you fucking. My thing is, I might be able to pick up a few tips. Tasha, I know you like it rough. I would have liked to hear somebody snatch it. Come here, motherfucker! Don't you run from me. I would have loved to hear that shit.
That's the thing. Unless you're in the room, you were not going to be privy to
Parent
that.
says true statement. Be wet. See.
I'll say this. I will be respectful, but if you're in my house and I'm having sex, this is my house. So cover your ears, put on some headphones, listen to some music. But I will be respectful as much as I can.
I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that.
I'm not gonna come to like the homeless over there, to the ho motel. I'm gonna be like this.
Hey, Jerry, now ask her about if it was her son. If you want to say that, yes.
Oh,
Somebody got a bunch of feedback. Who got the feedback? That's Sherry's thing.
Nope.
No, when I muted her, it went out. Look. Hello. Can y'all hear me?
Oh, it is
okay,
Sherry.
yeah.
When I muted Sherry, yours got some reverb in it. Okay. But Hannah, I'll ask the question. Since you have a son, if you heard little man handling his business, you got a problem with that? Be honest.
My baby? Yes. But I don't want to hear my daughter either. If y'all are married, now I have a difference of opinion. Don't judge me. if you're married or in a relationship, I feel like it's two different things. I would not if you are married, I'm not separating a married couple.
No, right.
If y'all are dating, you're not banging her or him in my house. Well, my son only likes women. Let me say that. So when I said him, I likes pussy, but I mean it like that. But like he does.
Right. No.
I wish I didn't know how much to an extent because he likes to tell me stuff. I wish he didn't. But I guess when you tell your kids they can tell you anything.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
However, I don't want you doing that because we try in our best way to be respectful for y'all as our kids.
I get you. I get that.
For us as parents, if we being respectful in the house that
right
lives in,
I get that. I get that.
Then
no, I get that.
You not to.
Absolutely, which makes sense.
But I know
absolutely
because we all were teenagers. Yeah. We all have hormones. We're not oblivious or ignorant of the fact that kids or teenagers or adults are going to have sex.
But I love what you're saying. You have to be respectful.
People around you.
Oh, Craig says, would any of you have sex in your own home if you had guests staying overnight?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I gotta stop.
But to Hunter's point and to Tasha's point, I would try to be quiet. That to Hunter, Craig, I wouldn't do it at the same level that I would if nobody's there. I would still try to be. I would still try to be quiet. But I would do it.
Go in the walk-in closet.
Oh, so okay, I know we have more scenarios. So, but that just made me think of something. Would you have sex if you were sharing a room with like a single person? Like if you were a couple.
Why we sharing a room?
Let's say I don't know, like maybe like the hotel was booked or you booked it wrong or something happened, like at a hotel and you have to share a room with someone. Would you have sex with someone else in the room?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. You nasty motherfucker. You're nasty. You always want sex.
You know what, Tasha? It depends on who the single person is. If it's you who knows me, I would take that chance. But if it's like somebody that's not familiar with me and it's only one or two nights, I will refrain.
Would you do that in front of like, what if it was like a friend of like your girlfriend or your wife? It was like one of their friends.
I would probably refrain. I probably would refrain out of respect. You know what? This isn't a vacuum. So if the circumstances are extenuated, if I'm drinking and we party and it led to that, but intentionally, I would think offhand that I would try to say let's refrain. Or if I did something, it would be real quiet. Okay, you can just suck some dick and suck some toes, but
that's not quiet. That's not quiet.
Yes, it is.
I can't say anything because I know I've done that. So that's why I was asking. Like I've done that.
In college or like as our grown adult age?
As a big ass grown ass adult, I've done that. Okay, so I'll tell you this. Like it was this one guy I was talking to. Like I don't know what happened to your camera if you sprayed something on there, but it's all messed up now.
Oh shit! Yeah, I did. I was spraying the fucking
Yeah.
Okay. These fucking fruit flies or whatever the fuck you call them.
Okay.
So there was this one scenario. So there was this guy that I was, hanging out with, not dating. Like we were just cool. We were just fucking off. It was just something to do. Just whatever. So I would drive, and Black, you'll remember when this was. I was driving down to Mississippi to visit this guy.
I know you're talking about.
And it was late, and I didn't expect anybody else to be there. But when I got there, his friend was still there. So we all were drinking, no problem. So as the night went on, we were just gonna go to the room. So we go to the room, me and the dude, we go to the room, we look up. Well, he tells him, he's like, hey man, like stay up front. Like he kept joking, like he kept wanted to come back there. Well, at one point, like we look up and he's just standing in the door, just because we weren't doing anything, we were just talking. So then he wouldn't leave the room. He went and he sat in the corner, staring at the bed, just staring at us, like engaging like in a conversation with us. And
Why
so
you
finally,
think?
like when we couldn't get him to leave, we were just like, well, just don't say anything. Like you're not a part of this. So he sat there the whole time. He didn't say a word.
It sounded like the guy, if he's anything like me, he was hoping for that to turn
No,
into a threesome.
He was turned
no,
on. Yeah, he was
You
like,
know.
no.
yeah,
No.
he was.
And your guy, so I've been in a situation. What the guy was supposed to do was when he got you in doggy style and he beat that pussy, the friend was supposed to get butt naked and stand on the side, and then when
No.
he pull out, you pull in, and you keep
No, he
beating that
he
pussy.
told him that. He said no. He was like, no, he told him that. He said, bro, it's not like that. Like,
That's the way
no,
me and my boy used to do it.
no.
If the chick is letting me or him watch, and she okay with it, you wait till you get that pussy in doggy style, and like I said, and then you get that pussy like you want to, and you give your man the heads up, and then you back out and he pull in.
Somebody clip this and send this to Netflix. This is the next series right here, Surviving Black. Okay, Surviving Lee Black.
We're gonna go on to our
series.
we're gonna go on to our next story. We got so far away. Am I an asshole? Here comes the next story. Am I an asshole?
We can't
right.
see it. Okay, there we go.
Okay, here we go. Am I an asshole?
My fiance is upset with me over how I rejected another man during a night out.
How she rejected him. Okay.
My fiance and I are both in our 30s. We've been together for 4 years, getting married in a few months. I totally adore him, and I think we have a good relationship overall. We go out a lot because we both love music. We have a great community of friends, and we see them pretty often at shows. We were at a show last night, and I was standing with a girlfriend while my fiance was outside with a few guys. For context, I was very much a weird girl in high school, but from my mid-20s on, I'd say I'm pretty conventionally attractive. On an average night out to hear music, I generally get approached or hear passing comments from men 3 to 5 times. Frankly, I'm 33, and it's not something I find very fun or enjoyable anymore. When men are polite about it, I am too, and polite dudes usually take my gentle rejection well, and so that's not an issue, usually. However, that was not the case last night. A guy approached my friend and pointed at me saying something I couldn't hear. My friend shakes her head at him and says, no. He seemingly not willing to take the hint, comes over to me and says, quote, my friend wants your autograph, and points to a guy over by the bar. I laugh because what the fuck? I said, what? And he repeated himself. My friend wants your autograph because you're very pretty. I said, no thanks, I'm good. He asked a third time. My internal polite response clock had run out. I said, okay, $60 cash or Cash App. He looks surprised and then sort of laughs and says, how about we buy you a drink? And I said, price just went up to $100. You still want it? And he shook his head and went back to his friend at the bar. My girlfriend and I had a laugh about what a totally bizarre way to hit on someone that was, and that was that. Later in the night, when we were all together again after the show, my friend told everyone the story. My fiance got really quiet and was kind of standoffish the rest of the night. When we got home, he asked why I hadn't told him about that interaction. Honestly, he has gotten a bit insecure in the past about these things, and we had specifically agreed I would avoid telling him about dudes hitting on me. So I reminded him of that. He was still really quiet and sulky, and eventually I asked him what was going on. He said he didn't like how I handled it. He said it sounded like I was flirting and egging the guy on with my responses. Long story short, we argued about it. We do not see eye to eye on it, and things still kind of feel tense today, but we haven't discussed it further. I understand my fiance struggles with anxiety and can get insecure and worried. I always want to do what I can to support him and remind him I love him, but I don't think I did anything wrong here. Was my response flirty or inappropriate? In my eyes, I was intentionally fucking with a guy who was being pushy and disrespectful, and I'm 100% okay with that.
I love this story. I love this story. I love this story because it's very real,
Yep.
and opens the door to how behavior is perceived, especially when you're in a relationship.
Yes, between men and women,
Between
how the
because
same
I think
scenario.
we see maybe it differently. And okay, I'm gonna keep mine to myself. Is she an asshole for how she handled it? DJ says, well, first of all, DJ says surviving.
Yes.
grown
Yes.
grown woman says you handled that one right. She like how the lady handled it. DJ says he's insecure, or she's did some questionable things in the past that makes him mad. DJ, you raising an issue that I want to go to, but I'm gonna save my part. Anybody, is she an asshole?
I won't call her an a-hole. I'll say a couple things. One, I would slap my friend because what are you saying the situation for? This thing got nothing to do with you. If that situation happened to me, why are you saying that in front of my fiance? Like, first of all, if you already know he has insecurities, if I'm look a certain way and men talk to me or hit on me, I don't want to bring that drama into my relationship. So why would you? I feel like, first of all, I would check my friend. Because if I already said I wouldn't bring that in my relationship, I'm not going to allow you to. So the moment my friend opened her mouth, I would have checked my friend. Because if he feels some type of way, I'm not going to allow him to feel some type of way because of you if I'm not saying anything. Also, I maybe missed that part. Did she ever tell that guy that she was engaged? Because I didn't hear that one time.
No, no, she didn't say it.
My thing is, if you knew, you could have shut that whole conversation down by letting him know, I'm not dating, I'm engaged, I'm happy in my relationship, you can walk away. You could have shut it down with that. She just chose to play a little game with him, and this is money. So that technically that's fair. I'm not calling her an a-hole, but if you handled it a certain way, you could have ended it before it got that far. He never knew you had someone else because you didn't even make it, you didn't even say it out your own mouth. So that's my only issue with it. They're my two issues.
You make some really, really good points. The questions that I would ask is it the friend's responsibility to worry about the insecurity that's going on in your relationship?
No, but
and hold on, and secondly, the second question for me is, man, I lost my train of thought for a second. Damn, I'm sorry. Answer that part.
No, it's not your responsibility, but we also know we know women. I'm a woman. We know women. We know when some women, especially some women who want what you have, they'll say stuff to cause certain things in your relationship. She knew not to say that in front of that person's feelings.
How do you know that though? She could have just been retelling what happened in that night. And then my second thing is that even had she said I'm a fiance, does that stop a man's advances?
It doesn't. But if she would have said, if her friend said that in that scenario, it wouldn't have stopped it, but it would have made a difference in how he felt. We all
that's what I want to hear. That's why I want you to
stop it because rings don't stop people if they want to. But it would have made a difference if she just acknowledged what she was in versus saying, "Oh, give me 100." You're subliminally.
I hear you. Okay. Anybody whoever want to go here. Hold on. Before I rush to that. Hold on. Grown woman, don't try me, says I'm a
smart ass.
Smart ass, right? Okay. I would have did that too. So she likes how she handled it. Terrence says she is an asshole when she was offering a dollar amount. Just shut the shit down and say no. Grown woman says smart ass, and I would have said what she said to dude. Her friend should have minded the business that pays her.
Thank you.
She agreeing with you. DJ says someone approaching my girl is a compliment to most men, as long as she didn't give him any hope. She did right. Men gotta stop wanting beautiful women, but don't know what comes with it. DJ, I love your point.
That's a great comment.
I love your point, DJ. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, B-Wet.
That's a great comment because I don't sit there and act like I'm blind to the game. You know what I'm saying? I know that if my Come on, man. If my wife is out, I already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I know what I have. So guess what? But I know I have confidence that she'll shut that down. You know what I'm saying? So
men don't look at me.
This is nothing wrong with our Wi-Fi when I just didn't say nothing. I'm just sitting there. Can't believe she even said that. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like guys are going to approach her. They're going to try it. You know what I'm saying? But I have confidence. Stop it. I have confidence that she'll shut that down. As long as she shut that down, I don't even care. You know what I'm saying?
So, question, B Wet.
Go for it.
Do you have an issue with how this lady in this scenario handled it, or do you think, like your wife, she should have just simply said, "Oh no, I'm not interested. I'm engaged"?
Yeah, to me, I just think that, you know what I mean, you don't give a nigga hope.
You and his N-word.
You know what I'm saying? You don't give a nigga hope. You know what I'm saying? Like thank you, but no thank you. You feel me? And you just keep it moving.
Okay.
Because look, because what? If a chick come up to me and then you don't want me to shut that down, right? You ain't gonna want me to play with her.
I'm glad you opened that door, because men and women, I think, handle situations differently.
You would have flirted back.
I'm glad you opened that door. Sherry, hold on. Before you go, sis, I'm coming to you next because I want to know what you think of how it's handled. Craig says, I think she handled it well. She kind of played the crazy role and made the guy walk away. The boyfriend may have some insecurities, and grown woman, don't try me, says Craig, I agree. And DJ says, facts, Bert. Sherry, you have a problem with how she handled it? Was she an asshole? Hold on, sis. Hold on. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I like how she played it. I don't think she was an asshole. She did it pretty good. And like Craig said, the boyfriend got some insecurities or something happened prior. You understand? Because if you think about what he said, I mean, she said they agreed not to, tell each other. So something had to go down.
Good point,
But
sis.
she didn't do nothing wrong. She didn't.
Good point, sis.
Because she could have went with it. And I mean, if something happened early and he was insecure, and he was going, I know he was going to react like that. Shit, I would have told him go get the $100, my nigga. But she didn't do all that. I'm just saying.
Sis, you made some real good points. Woo. Okay. Tasha. Sis, I'm only muting you because of the backup reverb, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Tasha, clearly, first question, was she an asshole? You have any issues with how she handled it, and what do you think?
50. 50% asshole is awarded to her. 50% asshole is awarded to her boyfriend. 50-50 on this one.
Okay.
50 because on his behalf, because of how he's reacting. Clearly, they're just having a laugh about it and everything. Yeah, you may not have liked how it was handled, but ultimately it still didn't it didn't go anywhere. Like, chill out, just say what you need to say, voice it, like whatever it is, get that shit off your chest. If you're uncomfortable, let's go ahead and address it now, so then we don't have to keep having the same conversation, because it probably may or may not happen again. Okay, so let's talk about it now. But then 50% is awarded to her because, bitch, you was flirting. You flirted. You flirted. You fed into it a little bit. You could have simply said no. You could have no is a full sentence. You could have said no. I said no. No. Fuck no. No. Go away. Anything. You could have said anything. Not interested, but you didn't. You kind of played around a little bit with it. But then also, your friend is messy as hell. Your friend is messy. Out of everything that may have happened that evening, bitch, why would you bring this up in front? Why would you bring any interaction that I had, that if you and I are out and I have a man and you're single, any interaction with any man that happens without my person being there, do not bring that shit up in front of him, because again, that person could have a fucking an easy switch. Don't bring the situation up just to keep confusion down. We could have talked about that, laughed in the car, but bitch, don't say nothing. And it could be, nothing else to be said about that. So the friend was messy too.
Woo! Okay.
Hey Tasha, you a real one. You a real nigga for that one.
She jealous.
You know what, Black? Because you know we wouldn't do that to each other. We wouldn't dare do that.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because I've been consistent from the day one I started the show.
Jealous,
Tasha thinks like a dude. Tasha thinks like a dude. And that's where I'm going with this is that I didn't see it your way, Tasha. You're thinking like a man.
Oh, my bad.
You're thinking like a man because to Bert's point, men have a code. Men have a code that I don't. I'm sorry, y'all can disagree with me, but women don't have that code. I didn't pick up on this story. This is my baby. I didn't. I'm just saying I didn't pick from this story that the friend was being messy. I just think that women just talk about shit they have to Tasha's diarrhea of the mouth. I don't necessarily know that she was being messy, as opposed to the fact that men have a code. It's ingrained and built in us that we're not going to put our dude in a situation like that. If you women only knew, sorry, Hannah, sweetheart.
No, because when I said it, you told me, you said maybe the friend wasn't. I said that the friend was jealous, and you gave me a second question.
I'm just saying I didn't pick up from that none of that part. I don't know that. That's why I asked, the question, because my thing is this could have just been in the context of conversation.
No,
but men have a code where do you realize how much shit happens amongst male friends that we know you don't ever bring that up? It's just a man code that we know. I ain't gonna even mention that. Having said that, I think for me, I'm gonna speak for me. I view flirting different than most people. I'm DJ's point. I've always taken it as a compliment. That what man wants somebody that nobody else wants? Nobody. I've always sat back in the cut, and I love the fact that, man, I'm watching this dude try a smite. Now, to Bert's point, to DJ's point, I am expecting whoever I'm with to shut it down and handle the business. And here's the reason why. Tasha, as a man, shutting it down, no, this, that, and the other, sometimes, sweetheart, you're inviting a more harsh reaction from the guy than it has to be. It's kind of like opening the door for somebody and the bitch don't even say thank you when you could have just simply said thank you. So my thing is, I don't have a problem with how she handled it at all. Was she flirting? Yes, probably. I think a little flirting is healthy for a relationship. I'm okay sitting in the cut seeing that this nigga really want her. If anything, I'm going to make sure that put your bid in, partner. And then when you come sit, whatever, blah, 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 yeah, I'm going home with her. That turns me on personally, so I don't have a problem with that. I think that, like to Craig's point, she kind of was being an asshole in the sense of, if you seriously want my autograph, pay me for it. And to Sherry's point, baby, get that motherfucking money. Do you know how many times I've been out, Tasha, with you, and gotten free drinks because niggas wanted to fuck with? Do you know how many times I pimped your ass out and you didn't know it?
You was pimping me out?
I mean it in the sense that my thing was, hey man, shit, holla, that's my sister, blah, blah. Do you know how many drinks I've gotten in that sense that I've encouraged niggas to holler at the women I'm with?
So you
Because
just set people
niggas gonna be niggas, and it is what it is. Long as it doesn't cross the line, and get disrespectful, and then me knowing you, knowing your type, knowing Daracel's type, knowing whoever I'm with. Tasha, think back to our situations. I'm sitting there sometimes, the only guy with all of y'all, and they trying to figure out who the fuck am I with. I flirted with all of y'all motherfuckers to send the signal I'm with every last one of them and get in where you can fit in. And oh, by the way, if you buy a drink for this table, I'm going to be drinking too. So I'm going to take advantage of it too. My thing is, I don't have a problem with how she handled it at all. But I think we view flirting differently. And the last part I'll make is this is a red flag for some real shit in their relationship. If he can't handle simple flirting, and to DJ's point, there's a history here of either one, he's damaged because somebody's cheated and done him wrong, or she's done some shit to make him feel that way. But if she's got to placate him this early on over that incident, to Bert's point, you in trouble. Because if this woman is remotely attractive, dude, it doesn't, y'all married, Bert. It doesn't stop because you get married.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And I always talked about the fear of being married. Bert, I want to ask you a question. When you go out with your wife to a sports bar, to a restaurant, to a dinner, there was a horrible fear I felt every time walking. She holding her head down, walking in with my wife, because there was a silent prayer that please, please, God, don't let nobody disrespect my wife. Because if they do, I got to jump. I don't have a choice. If she comes back and say, oh, that man grabbed my arm, baby, or I see him touch her butt or something, you ain't got no choice as a husband. You got to go ham on this motherfucker. Do you feel that same fear? While you answer that question for the family, they got to run to the restroom. But please answer that question for me.
All right, I sure enough will. I'll answer it. I don't look. I already come in prepared for the BS, and she already know. Like even when it was something like my job, one of my homies had something at a club. I had to tell a nigga. I was just like, yo. I was like, he's like, who this? The nigga, this is my wife. So I come at you a certain way. I come with a certain energy whenever we do go out, and oh, I'm not rude. I'm just real. Like I already know what it is, but I'm not for the BS. For real. If one boy, I'm gonna tell you a quick story real quick. We went to this one place. Bull had his leg open, right? While my Hannah coming up. I need the hell out of him. I need the inside of his thigh so hard. I dared him to get up because I was going to drop him. But that's just how I'm crazy. If y'all ain't know that, everybody out there, I'm crazy. Philadelphia, we crazy. That's how we get there.
That's the black Air Force energy right there.
Tasha,
That's
go.
No more drink. Put your cup down.
Black Air Force energy, it spews out of me. No matter if we go to a club, a sports bar, or anything, because I already know.
We were in a restaurant.
I know niggas gonna act up.
He wasn't even black.
I don't give a damn what you are. I don't care if
Sherry, Sherry, I can't unmute you. I know that you wanted to say something, so you may have to like unmute yourself. Oh well, I think Black is back.
See, that's the power. See, this is where it's superior being a man. Ain't no way that a woman could have went and pissed that quick. That's the power of having a dick. I just want to.
We pissed 3 times already. So Sherry wants to say something, then I have something to say too.
Go ahead. Hold on, sis. Go ahead, sis.
I wanted to ask Hannah a question. Yeah. Hannah, if you was in a restaurant or something, and a lady came over and said, you know, your husband is really handsome. I wanted to know if I can buy him a drink. He seemed like such a gentleman. How would you handle that?
I love the question.
Is she paying for a drink?
Yeah, she said she want to buy him a drink.
And nothing about a drink?
I'm just saying, this is what she says to him. To you, like, your husband is real. He seemed like a real nice man. He's handsome. You know, I wanted to know if I could buy him a drink. What would you do?
She can buy him.
That's what you would say?
She can buy him. And we have a girl wanted to sleep with him. And she was literally, I'm sitting on him and she's in front of him like this. And I'm like, sis, what's up?
I remember that happened right here in Atlanta.
No,
one of those incidents.
It happened here too.
Okay. But I remember when y'all came here that happened.
There were swingers,
that
though.
The Atlanta one was crazy though.
Yeah,
right.
Atlanta one was wild because she brought her whole titty out in front of him. Like, I got him too, sis, but you know, I ain't want to compete that day. I was modest.
That's why I say flirting is perceived differently. Let me read a couple comments.
A girl put a whole breast out in front of Bert. And I'm standing next to him in line, and she's like,
I think flirt. So Bert, answer this for me, because maybe I just view it differently. Not just Bert, Tasha and Sherry and Hannah, all y'all too. do I view flirting wrong? I think flirting is healthy for a relationship. Am I the only person to feel that way? I want to hear y'all take on that.
I don't think it's to me. I don't feel like it's healthy. To me,
Okay.
like, don't. Am I thinking that you're never gonna do it? No, don't do it in front of me. Like, like, don't do it. I don't want to see it.
And
Just
Tasha, I'm
don't
not
do it
talking
in front
about
of me.
going overboard, but I'm talking about the innocent flirting that you're in a restaurant, like Sherry's point is, and the waitress comes over and they clearly are attracted to the guy, and he flirts a little bit. Is that okay or no? Not okay.
You got one too many teeth showing one too many times, and I need a different. Can I get a different waiter or waitress? Can I? Because I'm not gonna leave. Because I'm greedy. I'm not gonna leave. Can I get a different waiter or waitress? Like, you got one too many times to show too many teeth. So
Sherry and Hannah, because Sherry asked you that question, Hannah. Sherry, question for you too. Same scenario. Restaurant.
No, you're not gonna be flirting in my face with my husband. No, but I just asked that because some women would say, "Well, yeah, you can buy us a drink, whatever." But see, I'm real. I'm meaner, so I would be like, "Bitch, if you don't get out of here, if I bust you upside your head, or something like that." But
I'll say,
Hannah, what you saying?
no, he can't flirt back. Don't disrespect me.
Hold on, smiling is disrespecting?
Don't disrespect. I can't control other people. I can control who I'm with.
So I'm asking you, he smiled. The waitress.
What the fuck is you smiling for? Is Bernie Mac up here? Is he back from the dead laughing in your face? What are you smiling for? What's so funny? Is it Def Comedy Jam? Ain't nothing funny. I need to be on a joke.
Hey guys,
You sit there and you sit there, and I don't care if she busting out the best jokes of the comedy roast. Ain't nothing funny about this heifer.
Let me read some comments. Fellas, I hope you're listening. Let me read some comments. DJ says, I want my girl to be the biggest asshole. That's what you want. Nobody wants a friendly ass woman, LOL. That means her cat is friendly. Grown woman says maybe her boyfriend wanted dude.
He wasn't here though.
And DJ says, Tasha, you were making some killer points there. DJ says, Sherry, you okay over there? Blink if you're not safe. Grandpa said, oh, yes, we do. Man, Craig says, great point, Tasha. The friend who I guarantee is single is jealous and wanting to sabotage the relationship. Craig, I didn't get that from that.
Okay, wait a minute, because I wanted to say something about that. But like, let me say this.
Okay.
You know how you were saying like it's guy code, like you would never bring that up or anything.
Right.
If I'm being messy, I'm bringing that up in front of your man. That's the only reason why I would bring it up. Is to be messy. That's the only reason why I'm bringing it up.
Here's where I'm gonna trust your opinion on this. I'm not a woman. I'm not perceiving it, so I trust you that you're right. I didn't pick up that from that. I picked it up as if we're just talking. But to your point,
we know better.
Yeah, you know what? This is why I have best friends as women, because y'all fellas, the only way we can keep up, women are 3 steps ahead of us, and the only way we can kind of halfway keep pace is by them teaching us shit, because y'all so far ahead of us, because we're not thinking in that mind. I've been in those situations, ladies, where I didn't even think I was flirting, Hannah. But to your point, how you just checked Bert, I got the whole "what the fuck is you smiling for?" And what the fuck was I supposed to? Am I supposed to mean look?
Hey, Black. One time she went to the bathroom. We was in the club, right? And a boy was next to me, right? Girl came over. I'm sitting over here just looking at the dance floor. Came over. And next thing you know, look, I'm glad bro was there. Bro, I didn't even know him. He was like, sis. He was just sitting here chilling. He ain't
That's what I'm saying.
But he felt that heat. He was just like, yo, He chilling. He ain't.
Bird, I've been in that boat.
Looking at the chick.
Well, why is she at the table?
Oh,
You don't have no control over that.
But why
Hunter.
is she at the table?
She came over. I ain't had to do with that.
I stepped away for 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Okay.
Why is she at the table?
Yeah, she came on over. Bull was
Bert,
like, yo.
And also,
Bert, Craig,
she ain't
DJ,
no butt.
I know y'all been in that situation. Let me get some more comments. The DJ says, if nobody comes up to DJ says, if nobody comes up to your girl, it's a dead son. They're not
no.
And that's why I said we accept that we're with somebody that's attractive. Craig says, Black, I'm the same way. I've never had a problem with anyone approaching my girl, but my girl better handle it the right way and send them off. I love that, Craig, and that's where I'm trusting her to handle it. And so my thing is, I didn't have a problem with her. If the dude's gonna be willing to keep pushing forward and she could have got $100, I'm gonna sit there in this dude's face and drink off his $100 if he that fucking stupid. DJ says, or they think you're the gay homeboy, Black.
DJ, get off the computer. Get off the phone.
DJ, I assure you, I come across as a lot of shit, but gay ain't one of them. I promise you. DJ says, I would tell her, bitch, you have 2 hands, leave me alone.
You lying. Y'all lying.
Black, I think
no, he even said, just kidding. And he says, laugh my bird turned all the way up. I wish a ninja would. But Bert never seen those titties though.
He saw them.
That's right, I didn't.
DJ, you're not helping. DJ, you are not helping.
My man, thank you.
Craig says pulling your breast out isn't flirting, it's trifling. I agree. Now, Craig, that was going too far.
It was for no reason.
That was going too far.
No reason.
That was going too far. But I'm just saying, I've been on the receiving end where, in all seriousness, I didn't even think that what I was doing was that offensive. I thought for me it was just Hannah. No, I swear to God, for real. I thought I was just being friendly, but I have come to learn that how y'all view shit and how we view shit is 2 completely different things.
Sherry has something to say.
Go ahead, sis. I'm sorry.
See, I'm tired of this mutant shit because I gotta be acting like I'm in class. But I wanted to say, brother, you always flirting. You flirt all the time, and you don't even think he's flirting.
I don't.
When you used to be with your wife, I used to be looking at her and looking upside her head like, why you ain't said nothing? What the fuck?
Okay, I'm sorry. Give me an example, real quick, sis. What did I do that you said was flirting?
We was in the supermarket one day, and you was looking for something. We was all talking, and a lady was and started talking to you and saying, "Yeah, cause for real, you cook." And you was like, "Girl, you told her, yeah, I throws it down in the kitchen." First of all, that ain't none of your business. I would have shut her down from the beginning. It ain't even your business if he cooked.
Bert, help me out. Bert, help me out. How's that flirting?
All he was trying to let him know, like,
you know. First of all, why she see you with 2? She see you with 2 women. It's not her business to know if you cook or not.
Tasha.
I got food in the cart.
Tasha, is that flirting?
Black, you flirt all the time.
Tasha?
No. Hold on, Tasha. This one instance she's bringing up, a woman asked that question, and I said that's flirting?
Yeah.
I would have to hear how you said it. That's how I would have to hear. I would have to hear your tone.
Tasha, we was talking. We had our cart, and the lady. First of all, we talking about what he gonna cook, and he was like, yeah, because I'm gonna cook it like this. And when I was like, yeah, Freddie, because you can put some salad on the side. Whatever. She all in our business. First of all, so you come talking about you cooks. First of all, not your business. Where is it your business whether he cook or not? His woman is standing right here.
Okay, wait a second. When he said that, I'm sorry, Sarah, can you mute you because that feedback kind of messes with me. But did you follow up oh, he cooks, and did you follow that up with your, usual Capricorn stare where you look a woman up and down when you be
Oh
flirting?
shit.
Because there is a
Oh
certain thing
shit.
that you do when you flirt with women
Oh
that
shit.
if you
Black,
do it, it's like we know you flirting.
Black, I don't know if I can help. See, Black, what did you do that? I'm trying
What you
to.
say? What you say, Bert?
Sherry, I think
Is that
Sherry
what
has
you
something to
did?
say.
Bert, no. No.
Wait,
He was trying. All he was minding his business.
I'm
no, he said he looked at her like you said, Tasha, and then he was like, I could cook you up something and make you slap your mama. That ain't your business. I want to slap your father. I would have been telling him I'm gonna slap you, your father, and your kids too. Listen, you ain't supposed to be telling her that.
that's why I'm single. That's why I'm single.
You were just trying
Don't
to give
blame
her
us.
some tips. You know what I'm saying?
Keep your ass in
Black,
your
you was
head.
trying to
Don't
give
blame
her
us.
tips on how the way you know what I mean, how the way you could burn in the kitchen. That's all. She took it another way, but you wasn't even trying. You just trying to be friendly. You know, just trying to do what you do.
I'm not
You
I'm not kidding you guys. That I've gotten in trouble where I swear to God, Tasha, Sherry, Hannah, and my mom, you're having a conversation and you're being friendly. So this whole Tasha, I'm looking somebody up and down. You acting as if I said, "Ooh, Lord, Tasha, no."
It may have been a version of that. I feel like I know you. I feel like that it was a version of that. It may not have been as heavy, but it was a version of you got a glimpse of everything. So, because
I'm
I
gonna
know
leave.
you.
I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna
Plead the
leave that
fifth. Plead
alone.
the fifth on that. Damn it. Plead the fifth on that.
I'm gonna leave that alone because again, it happened so
You
long
can
ago.
Google
But
a recipe.
Black, you were just trying to help. I understand, bro.
What is he gonna do? She can Google it.
I think we view flirting differently. Craig says if you see someone flirting with your girl, just walk up and kiss her in the mouth and watch the guy's reaction. Craig,
What the
this
heck?
is where I agree with Craig. So that's my point. Craig, to your point, I swear on God, on the souls of my two brothers, I have sat back, watched guys, and I wait for that moment to where, Craig, you're right. Either that she comes back, because I'm watching the whole interaction. And sometimes I've even stepped in and say, baby, tell him to buy us a drink or whatever. I will do something to let him know I'm looking. I see. She's with me. Or Craig, touch on the ass or something. And I'm happy because you like what I like, but she going home with me. And I've always been that way. And even when I've been out with female friends, Tasha, I'll say again, I'm sitting at the table. You know how we did it back in the day. You know how many dudes have came up and I've sat back and watched y'all, this, that, and the other. And I've invited the dude to sit at the table and buy some shit because, again, I'm negotiating, doing flirt. And I'm knowing off the bat that, hell yeah, he ain't her type. Tasha ain't gonna look at him. I'm knowing that. We view flirting differently. Okay, let me get myself out of this.
Yeah, we do.
That was a great story. That was a great fucking story because it opens up that wormhole. We view flirting so differently, men and women. We just do.
Yes, we do.
Y'all act oblivious to the flirting. Y'all act oblivious to the.
I think, Hannah, I think it's a double standard because number one, y'all can't help who y'all attract. And y'all gonna attract attention, but we're supposed to be cool and accepting, and we don't fly off the handle every time because your husband's sitting right next to you. Let me be clear with you, sweetheart. You've been off a dick since you was 12 years old, and he knows that.
I have never.
Thank you, Black.
Hannah, the dude ain't gonna come up and offer to you directly, but every man that's trying to help you put your gas in your car, hey, sweetheart, that's his. Chris Rock said it best. When a man says, "Hey, you need help with your hey, you just said," that's him saying, "Do you want some dick? Would you like some dick?"
Pumping gas.
He just ain't gonna say it that way. Terrence says he wasn't in that moment. He was just having a conversation and giving an honest answer. That's all. Cuz
his mouth was
Thank you,
giving
cuz.
a conversation.
Thank
His
you, cuz.
eyes was giving
Thank you, cuz.
hello.
That's
And
what's up,
thank you.
cuz.
For each other.
That's what's up. Okay.
It was the
It wasn't
nonverbal.
that deep.
It was the
wasn't that deep.
nonverbal
Like
that was
you was
going
cool.
on.
It wasn't that deep.
Y'all gonna
All right. We got another one. Am I an asshole? Oh, that one went down so deep right there. Am I an asshole? Here we. Oh, wait a minute, Tasha. This one is fucking 9 minutes and 37 seconds.
Oh, but this one is a good one if I think it's the one that it is.
Oh my God. Okay, so this one is going to require some truly intense listening because this has got to be a story from hell. Okay, Muddy Brown, welcome to the show. Muddy Brown says, hey, players, what's going on? Glad to have you. Okay, am I an asshole? This is going to be a long tail, folks. Strap in, buckle up. Here we go.
By the asking for kicking my wife out after she punched my mom in the face. What?
Ooh.
My situation went from bad to worse in a matter of a week, and I don't know where else to turn. I need to know if I was wrong. Possibly a validation thing because life is effing dumb right now. My wife and I have been together for 8 years, and she just gave birth to our first and last baby 2 months ago. I'm not sure WTF is wrong with my mom or why the switch happened, but after my wife got pregnant, my mom started being very clingy to me and started avoiding my wife at all costs. Told everyone she wasn't excited about the pregnancy, etc. I threatened to go no contact with her when my wife was about 7 months along, and after that, she snapped out of it for the most part and stopped being so ignorant. The comments 100% stopped, at least, though she still was clinging to me. Now, a week ago, my mom, my sister's husband, and my sister's daughter, 12, came over for dinner. I prepared the meal. Before my wife could eat anything, our daughter got fussy, so my wife excused herself to go feed the baby and get her down to sleep. I thought I prepared enough, but apparently not because my niece was still starving. She's 5'5" and 190 pounds. I haven't seen her in a year, and she was not that size then, so I didn't exactly portion in an extra 3 helpings for the child, so it's on me. I apologized and told her that I hadn't made any more and offered her crackers as I was putting my wife's portion in the fridge. After that, I just went outside with my sister's husband to smoke a cigarette and shoot the breeze. Didn't think anything of it. But then I hear yelling from inside. When I walked in, my wife and my mom were screaming at each other. Apparently, my mom, who saw me put my wife's food away, gave my niece my wife's portion of food. As I was walking inside, I heard my mom say, "Looks like you can afford to skip a meal," and slapped my wife's stomach. Right as soon as I get ready to step in, literally fast walking toward them, yelling, "Enough!" My wife winds back and punches my mother square in the face and drops her. The whole house went silent outside of my mom crying and holding her face. I told everyone to get the out. Immediately, everyone leaves and my wife just turns toward the counter and leans with her hands on the counter and face down, eyes closed. I look at my wife and say, "You two leave now." She says, "Really?" She's crying at this point. I say a clipped, "Yep." She packs up her and the baby and they leave. I texted her that night and said, "I just need space. I need to decompress and come to terms with what just happened." She doesn't respond. The next 5 days, I'm texting and calling and I get nothing. She shows up here today, so 8 days later, and hands me divorce paperwork and my baby and says, "Here, you have a bit to hang out with her while I go pack. When I'm done breastfeeding, we can work out a visitation schedule that is either at your place or my mother's until she will take a..." I told her that's not what I want. I don't want to separate. I just needed time to process her punching my mother in the face. She said, "You needing time to process gave me time to process the fact that I refused to be in this situation any longer." I defended myself. I initially felt bad and remorseful, but you making me leave when I needed you made me see more clearly. I'm done. I'm sorry for what I did, but there's no fixing this. She refused to speak to me at all the rest of the time that she was here. My house feels so empty and I don't know what to do. Am I the astronaut for making her leave after she punched my mom? I just needed some effing space. Edited to add, for the record, I am team wife. My mom deserved it wholeheartedly, and I've blocked her completely from my life. I literally just needed time to process what happened. My wife is a lot of things. Violent is not one of them. So this came completely out of left field and would not have happened without her being provoked. After it all happened, my mom sent me a text saying, "See, I told you she was crazy. That fat bitch doesn't belong in our life." I'm willing to bet she purposely tried setting my wife off. So no, I'm not on my wife's side 100%. I truly just needed to process what happened, and my wife took it as me giving up on her, not defending her and throwing her and our baby out, which did essentially happen because I knew she had to take the baby with her when I kicked her out. Edited to add to the reason why. My dad was physical with me and my siblings growing up. Mom was put in the hospital multiple times. It took years for police to enforce restraining orders, and he finally died in 2013. Violence scares the effing shit out of me. I clam up and get anxious around violence of any kind now. My wife knows this, and she too grew up with a violent stepdad, and she gets just as anxious and panicky around violence. Her punching my mom in the face triggered an anxious response, and I needed her gone at that moment. I needed it far away from me. I don't know why I didn't just leave. I could have, but in that moment, I just let my emotions and fear run the whole circus and told everyone to get out, her included. My mom slapped her first. I guess for some reason I was seeing my wife's punch as being worse than the slap. It wasn't a hard slap, but my wife did kind of wince. Looking back at it now, she was fine, but my mom was bleeding, split her eyebrow open, in good shape. I don't know. Thanks for the responses. I'm the asshole. I'm going to try to go kiss ass now. Ladies and gentlemen, to help give us some feedback on the story, the one, the only.
Wow. Because then he's going to get his take on it. But that's the whole, that one was a good one though.
Ooh, Lord, that's a lot.
That's a lot to unpack because there's a lot of trauma, everything in that.
That's deep. That's a deep one. That's a deep one. So we'll read a couple of comments before we dig into it. Muddy Brown says the important question is not if someone is an asshole or not, it's if it was intentional assholism. Good question. Good point, rather. Grown woman, don't try me, says, as a mother of a son, I learned the boundaries between mother and wife. I would never have done that to my daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
I love the point you make. So many boundaries were crossed here. So many boundaries. Anybody want to step in this one that, first of all, he's acknowledging from himself that he was an asshole. Anybody disagree?
No, he's a fucking asshole.
He is.
Yeah.
He's an asshole, and I'll say this for me. This one is not. This one is super easy for me. He's an asshole. The mom deserved to get punched. The niece deserved to get punched, and the husband needed to be punched too for putting me out. That's what she should have greeted his ass with, was the punch to the face, because none of this could have happened at all, because you could have fucking told her, like, no, you've had ample to eat, or somebody else could have shared something from their plate if they knew she was going to be that greedy, or they could have brought something extra for her greedy ass. So no, this one's easy, and how he tried to come back and like play the victim by putting her out, like you needed time to decompress. No, that's your wife. You could have went the fuck upstairs and just not talked to her.
I got a question, Tasha, because maybe I missed it then. When the big Lurch bitch who was extra hungry and they couldn't feed this hungry bitch.
Denise, yeah.
when the mother said, "Why you look like you ain't missing no meal?" Did she hit her on the stomach or just pat her on the stomach?
She slapped her like in the stomach when she said it. She slapped her in the stomach.
I guess I'm trying. Okay, for me, I guess I'm trying to figure out.
It doesn't matter. Touch, hit, tap. Don't touch me.
That's where I want to acknowledge for you the moment the mother put out. Because again, if she patted her stomach, because I'm envisioning the mother says to this fat bitch who's pregnant, because y'all know I can't stand pregnant bitches. So I'm envisioning that she patted this fat bitch with the big stomach and said, "You ain't missing no meals," but she didn't hit her.
She shouldn't have touched her.
I just want to be clear. Because you saying she shouldn't have touched her at all. Muddy Water says mother-in-law can low-key pass the fat daughter-in-law some can pass the daughter-in-law some diet pills instead of public fat shaming.
She's nursing. I'm ready for my
Sherry
take.
wants to say something.
I'm ready
Okay,
for my
hold on,
take.
Sherry. I'm
I'm
coming
ready
to
for
you.
Sherry.
I'm coming to you, Sherry. Hold on. Terrence says, and yes, he is an asshole for that. Craig says, this is a story where everybody gets an asshole participation award.
The wife does not
The
get
wife
a.
not
She
an
does. She is not the asshole. The wife is not
Yeah,
the
except for the
I'm
asshole.
just
wife.
saying,
Yeah, except for the
Buddy
wife.
Brown says, true that. True that. And grown woman says, exactly. Mom had no right to say or touch the wife.
Don't touch me, heifer.
Sherry, go ahead.
Okay. He was an asshole. First of all, his mother, she should have been punched in her face and stomped and kicked and everything else. And then after he would have told me to leave or whatever, I would have beat him up and punched him in his face too. Because you can be serious after your mother gonna put her hands on me, slap me. I don't give a fuck if it was a tap. Don't put your hands on me, and definitely don't put your hands in my face. So the mother should have been knocked the fuck out, dragged out, and everything else. See, I can't deal with situations like that. It would have took me to a whole different level. And the husband, I would have beat him, and I would have been, when she came back with the baby, and she gonna tell my whole and spend your time with him. Listen, I would have beat him again when I came back. I would have tore that house up since I know I wasn't gonna be there. Man, I can't. I
Bert,
probably
I'm
would have went
saving
to the
me and you
mother
for
house,
last.
beat her again. No, I can't get with
Bert,
that
I'm
one.
saving me and you for last.
New York, man.
Grown woman says,
Ready.
grown woman says she just had a baby, so yes, she's carrying some weight. I get that.
Exactly.
I'm just not physically attracted to pregnant women.
I'm
I
ready.
just think it's absurd, but that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah,
So
I'm ready for my take.
go ahead,
I'm
Anna.
going to tell you this. First of all, he is the complete epitome of an a-hole. And I'm going to tell you why. He allowed his no-neck mom to disrespect her all this time. Is the reason why she felt comfortable to give her plate. First of all, I nursed 2 kids. It takes a lot out of you to breastfeed. So therefore, after she gave all her nutrition to another life and came down to replenish, you gave it to your fat no-neck niece to eat. So now I gotta starve after I fed our child. You let your mother and your niece. First of all, he need to learn how to cook. Cause why you cooking for a bunch of people? You got enough food. First of all, why we having one meal? But anyway, I would be livid if I come down here and your mom that you allowed to disrespect me the whole pregnancy, as he said before, he always allowed the mom disrespected her the whole pregnancy. So this didn't just happen. That punch didn't just happen today. It was a snowball effect because the mother probably who was jealous and wanted to be more of a wife than a mother to him. Because the moment she pregnant, then this no-neck single heifer want to act like she the wife instead of the mom, and that's the issue right there. So therefore, you allow your mom to give her my food, and you put me out, me, the mother of your child, your wife, who I just fed out of my titties, after my breasts and nipples engorged, and you gonna tell me to get up? You, your mother, your no, all y'all catching these, and you're getting the fuck out because I'd be damned if I leave with my child. Because if I leave, I'm with the wife. I'm never coming back. I'm embarrass the fuck out of you. The papers will be served at your office in front of the board meeting. And I'm not coming to the house being cordial if you put me and your child out. If you feel as though your mom got beat her ass all her life, then that's the problem with your mother. So she got beat. Why would she want to beat and hit me? And no violence begets violence. Don't touch me. Don't poke me. Don't breathe on me. Get the fuck out of my house. I'm just nursing and having a child. I don't even want you near me. So no, he's an asshole. And I would have served him with the most divorce papers and found the best divorce lawyer in town. Says, you want to kick me out? I'm out. And I will be out for the rest of your life. No.
Woo!
That was all Black Air Force energy right there.
All Black Air Force.
All of it right there.
Brother, be
Black
wet.
hole on that one. Here you go. You want to drink? Go take a step.
Brother Bert, where you stand on this?
Wait, before you go, I love my mother-in-law. I would never hit her.
She does. She
I
loves
love
my
her.
mom. My mom would never.
I love her.
Man, look, he was wrong, man. He was wrong. He shouldn't have told her to go with the child, his baby, the whole time, man. Like it was a bad situation, but I wouldn't have kicked wifey out, man. Like we look, a talk would have to happen, man. That would hurt my heart for that to go down like that, for my mom to lay hands on her and then for her to crack her in her forehead like that.
All this shit right here. It was all this shit right here.
But for real though, like that's a bad situation to be in. I guess he had PTSD. I know he said something about his dad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know that kind of played a role in it a little bit there. But at the end of the day, man, I couldn't kick wifey out with my child like that, man. Like we would have to discuss this, and that's so embarrassing, man. I can only imagine. I'm glad I would never have to go through nothing like that. But yeah, he was a hole for that, man. He shouldn't have kicked her out like that, man. He shouldn't have, man. And that fat behind knees, man. What you feeding her for?
There's actually a part
feed
two
her,
to that
not feed
one.
my wife.
There's a part two to that one. The wife responds.
The fat
Wow.
ass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not fat
Okay,
shit.
so Tasha, bring us up to speed.
I can't remember
Okay.
but I can't remember all that she said, but she addressed everything and she went a little bit more like into depth with like the disrespect and everything. And her side and her feeling and her perception of it. But the wife did respond because she saw the Reddit.
She did.
Okay. Grown woman, don't try me, says at Hannah, you're right. Mom was very disrespectful from the door. She should have kicked mama and the niece out.
Yeah.
Terrence says, damn, Hannah and Sherry.
Right?
I agree with both of you, though. So he said, let me say this. I'm glad, Hannah, you ended with, you said, I love my mother-in-law.
I love her.
Because this is some tragedy that started from not establishing the foundation to me from the very beginning. You know how on social media, we've seen this argument before, who comes first?
Mm-hmm.
The mother, the wife, or the child. This is one of those things for me when I listen to the story that's tragic, because unless you're on the same page, you don't have to agree with me, but whoever you're with, you should be on the same page with how you prioritize.
Yeah.
Who is where you stand. Because for some people, their daughter comes before mother and mate. Because for some people, they say, that's a product of my body. My child is going to come first. There's another segment of people that you only get one mother. We hear that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You only get one mother, so my mother sits at the top. That's who birthed me, blah, 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 blah. And then there's that third faction that will say, my mate. Because whether you believe in the scripture or not, there's a scriptural precedent that you two become one, and then others view marriage as a sanctity and this, that, and the other. This is tragic to me because, as you pointed out, Hannah and Tasha, this dislike didn't happen at this one event.
Yeah.
It's been there all along. So to put them in a situation to where you got your mother who never respected your wife, who's carrying your child, and the trigger now is this grown monster bitch who you can't have enough food to feed that spills over. But they said the bitch was 5 feet 5 and 100 and some pounds. This bitch is got to be humongous.
That is not big for 5'5". Depending on how you carry it, that's not big.
See, this is where I have a problem with women. See, Tasha will be the kind of person that if I was saying, well, what she look like, Tasha, well, she kind of all right. No, 5'5" and 190 pounds. That bitch is a sloppy fat mess. Let's just
Wait,
keep it real.
okay, hold the fuck up, Black. Hold the fuck up. No. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up.
Hold on.
Black.
So you interrupted my
fuck
point.
this shit. No, we need to get this shit clear right now. Fuck this shit. Black, let me ask you something. When you're saying when I met you, I was a fat sloppy mess. When I met you, are you saying I was a fat sloppy mess?
You was 5'5", 194 pounds?
I weighed more than that.
I can't see it. So I'm gonna ask the men. If you hear a description of somebody's 5'5", 194 pounds, men, Craig, DJ, what's the first impression you get?
What's wrong?
Answer the question.
You said if I heard
what you fucking said.
Men out there watching, if that's the description you hear somebody that, hey, they hooking you up and, well, she's about 5'5", about 194 pounds. What are you thinking, men?
You know what you think.
No, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm thinking about how to weigh my.
This is a question. How you?
I'm thinking she a thickums.
Now, to answer your question, Tasha, I did not even know that. I did not even know that. Because but I'm telling you, in real time, that if I hear that description, it's not an attractive thought. Now, seeing you, and I'm not just saying this because Tasha is on screen. I'm not just saying this because Tasha's on screen. I did not know that. Because if that's what you're telling me you were, you could have got the dick. You would have got fucked. So, okay, so
fuck all the bullshit. No,
I'm just saying.
We ain't going to go back because you.
But if that's what description I hear, so you telling me this bitch is 5'5", 194, it's not going, in my mind, it's not going to be, now again, I think you carry some of it because you got some nice big titties on you. So that kind of helps.
Black, go fuck yourself.
First of all,
go fuck yourself.
Y'all making me get away from my point.
We didn't make you do shit. You made you get away from your point.
Y'all getting me away from my. I was making a serious point till you gonna interrupt me. Tasha got some real nice titties on. I got. But anyway, I'm gonna tell you. But anyway,
no.
Back to what I'm saying. This situation, the damage was done early on in this relationship where the boundaries wasn't set, because for him to react that way, there was a crisis of conscience and priority in that moment, that when this happened, he didn't know what side he stood on. That's what makes this tragic to me. That, first of all, you put this toxic mix together. I would hope that I'm never put in a situation, to your point, Hannah, that my wife or whoever would hit my mom and lay her the fuck out to where she got stitches and everything. I mean, she clearly laid her the fuck out if she got stitches all up in her grill and shit. And whatever triggered it, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother hurt and damage that he's dealing with, this, that, and the other. But to me, the damage was done here with never establishing on the front end where your priorities were. Because either it's with the mother or either it's with the wife. You know what I'm saying? Now, Tasha and Hannah and Sherry, you said she shouldn't even touched her. I would like to believe that touching her shouldn't have led to you laying my motherfucking mother out. I'm not saying y'all wrong, because again, if somebody invades your personal space and she is pregnant, it's just one of those situations that's an unknown. But that's what makes this unfortunate to me. But
no, she wasn't. She wasn't pregnant. She had just given birth. It was like a newborn.
And
She
was
just gave birth.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
even in
But
that sense, everybody have their own standard of what personal space is. But I would like to think there's some kind of sense of restraint that if you touch me, was that an overreaction to lay her out, which to me was buried angst that had built up to this point.
Yeah.
But she
that you go ahead, Tasha. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say it wasn't not only the touch, but add insult to injury is that you insulted me.
That's even
same
more.
time.
So that's even more that this had built up because this you can't tell me this was an isolated incident. So the mother didn't like her, or comments had been made before. So now you invade her space, and I just hate that it went there. And to your point, to answer the question, he's an absolute asshole.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so much behind it because he just made a tragic, bad decision, and you don't ask your wife to leave in that instance because now, whether you like it or not, in hindsight, he said he's team wife, but in that moment, your choice was
himself,
not for your wife.
No neck mother.
No, it was himself. He chose himself in that moment.
Tasha, say that again, Tasha.
Yeah.
He put himself above both.
Everybody.
That I love that point, McMack, because you put everybody out.
Yeah.
And I just think if he maybe had to do it over again because he had those days to think about it, but you did allow her to have enough time that it's sad because now she can't get past that. Now I could sit here and make an argument for better or worse or whatever, but I'm not that person that happened to. So, and the reason why I can truly tell you that could have hurt so deep is because my marriage ended over me not being first. I can sit here and tell you now. I can sit here and tell you that for me, it ran that deep. I had, long story short, there was one question that was asked in a moment me and my wife was having that come to Jesus conversation. It was a simple question. Do you want to be in this marriage or not? She answered yes, but there was a hesitation. And I can't tell you guys, in that hesitation, that was enough for me to be out of it. In that moment, I felt like if you couldn't answer definitively yes, without hesitation, what the fuck am I doing in this? So for this wife, having those days, mind you, this is why I admonish married couples and anyone in a serious relationship to resolve situations before you go to bed, because once it festers and it grows, it may grow into something you can't chop down. And the wife had enough time, her words, it can't be fixed at that point.
Yep.
That's some tragic shit. Let me read a couple of comments. Man, that was a deep one. That was a truly deep one. Craig says, she's a brick house. She's mighty, mighty, just letting it all hang out. So, yes, indeed. Tasha, we're talking about you, Tasha. Yeah. Tasha got, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to stop.
What in the?
Craig says, hey, Carol. Terrence says, she's a thick female, which could be a good thing. Thick is good, but women's version of thick is not men's version of thick.
Right.
When a woman is when you're trying to get out of a woman, you know what she look like, and a woman says she's thick. No, be descriptive, because they talking about a fat bitch's heart, not that body. You know,
ain't nobody, ain't no bitch I ever known ever describe nobody that way.
I'm telling you, when a woman said, well, you know, she kind of thick. Well, what do you gotta learn to say, well, what you mean kind of thick? Because, well, I mean, she's pretty in the face, and then some bitch show up that look like a football player with a little head on her shoulders, and this is who you was telling me about? Well, she got a nice heart. I can't fuck her heart, so that's a whole other conversation. Craig says black. That's why I said the wife was an asshole. Punching the mom in the face is crazy.
The wife is not an
woman says you reaching. No, I'm just telling
Exactly. Reaching.
Reaching hard and heavy.
I'm just telling you.
There was one scenario that I wanted us to get to, but shit, we'd have been on here for 3 hours. But it was
hours.
It was 3 parts, but it's so good. It's so good.
So it sounds like Wednesday we have a part 2 to our previous conversation, and Saturday we can, Tasha, you done sent so many of these, we can come back and revisit Am I an Asshole? Because yes, folks, if you're just tuning in, we've been talking for 3 fucking hours, and me initially started, we were going to do 1 hour.
Can we start off with that one you talking about, Tasha, on Saturday?
Oh yeah, we could definitely start off with that one. It's really good. It's a really good one.
Tasha sent me all these videos. I haven't seen it, so I'll find it and we'll start out with that. So look, I'm not going to go any further because literally it's 10:10. But I thank you guys for popping in, and we started at 7. So for those of you who come in late,
we were late.
Right? We've been talking for 3 hours. But I love you guys for continuing to support us, me and Tasha. When we start these shows, we have no idea how long it's going to run.
Yeah.
And we don't even anticipate that people are going to hang with us for as long as they did. Craig said, definitely need a part 2. This was fun. Mm-hmm. Our Saturday shows are incredible. They're incredibly fun because, again, apparently there's a lot of us out there that enjoy having a great spirited conversation, having a little fun. And me and Tasha say this all the time. We miss the good old days when friendships used to be about getting together and playing cards and dominoes and talking and laughing. So I thank you guys for being a part of this, because this is what we try to recreate virtually. So we are already headed towards the tail end of our weekend, folks. I want to thank everybody for popping in. Carol, the super fan, Craig, the super fan, Terrence, the super fan. I love you guys for continuing to pop in and support. Muddy Brown, please come back and check us out.
Yeah.
And in case you don't know, you're welcome to come on anytime. DJ, your ass had an extended invitation to come on live.
Yay.
I love you being a part of it at all times. So we truly appreciate you guys for popping in on a Saturday when you could be doing something else. I love the support that you continue to show, because this is fun. We're not monetized. Real talk for real men, it's not monetized. This has never been about showing up to do it for likes and this, that, and the other. Tasha and I, this is a labor of love. We have these conversations when y'all are not here or not, so that y'all get to share it with us. We truly appreciate you guys for popping in. I want everybody to have a great rest of the weekend. Terrence said this was a great show. I really enjoyed it. T, I love you, man. I love you for continuing to support the show. Tell other people to come in and have some fun with us. We hope you subscribe, but we're far from monetization. So come in and have some fun with us. This keeps us active and alive. And Tasha can tell you, she started out the show with such low energy, and we ended. Yeah, so anyway, enjoy the rest of your night. We are in June, folks. We're in the dog days of summer. And I hope you continue to pop in for the rest of this month, because if you don't know, we're going to be off on hiatus all of July. Tasha and I are taking a full month off. And so I've got events planned. I hope you are doing something fun with your summer, but continue to show up, I hope, and support us for June. And again, my favorite couple, man, y'all always make the show. Love you guys. Love you guys. Sherry's bowed out. Kenny's bowed out. Thank you, Sherry and Kenny. And so again, and don't be surprised. I thought this last part before I end, before this month is over, we may be doing a show where I have some people live on set with us. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay.
I'm going to leave it at that. So anyway, enjoy the rest of your evening, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Terrence says, I am subscribed. I get my alerts every time. T, I love you, man. I love you. Appreciate it. Tell others, please. Grown woman says, peace, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And that's what I want everybody to do. Weekends are so short. Enjoy what's left of it. Have a great evening, everybody. Peace out. All right. Have a good one.